I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Happy Monday morning to you. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Manning's man. A big up to all the real ones out there because, you know, real, you know. You understand me? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Fantastic day. Wonderful start to the day. Wonderful start to a new week. You understand me? It's going to be a blessed week, you know, for you, you know. You understand me? You know, there's an acceleration coming your way, you know. That means some things that have been slowed down will be sped up. You understand me? Just continue to hold strong, continue to have faith, continue to believe. I know you have been fighting real hard, you have been battling many challenges, you know. But if God be for us, you know, who can be against us? Always want to remind you that greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. And there is always more for us than they are against us. Be encouraged, because no weapon that formed against you shall prosper. And every tongue that has risen up against you in condemnation will be proven wrong. For this shall be your heritage as a child of the Most High God, and your righteousness is of Him. And though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you need not fear no evil, for God is with you. His rod and His staff, they comfort you. Even before your enemies, you know, He will prepare a table for you. He will anoint your head with oil, and your cup shall be full and running over. Be encouraged, because you're blessed in your coming in. You're blessed in your going out. You will be the head and not the tail, a lender and not a borrower. I want you to receive and understand that. You understand me? For the power of life and death is in the tongue. So if you speak life over your life, if you speak goodness over your life, you believe it, it will happen. Because nothing is impossible for him who believes. For without faith it is impossible to please the Most High God. For anyone who comes to Him must believe that He exists, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. Seek Him in a time when He can be found. Blessed love, one and all. I am Man is Man, and this is I Am Sure Sports. Give thanks, man, because we have life. We didn't have to be here, but we are here today, and we are forever grateful. You get it? We're going to do our player ratings today. You understand me? And we're going to talk about the good game, commend all the players, the coach, though some of the performances may not have been what we wanted to see. But all in all, I thought it was good for Jamaica's football, good for Coach Hal Grimson and his charge as they look to go to the Gold Cup. And I think if we can make some good additions to this team, I foresee this Jamaican team, this Jamaican national football team, creating waves and possibly triumphing in the Gold Cup in the summer of this year. Big up all the person. King Jav from Sav, up and running. Fresh God, real general. Bless up, bro. Seymour, up and running. Real all baller. Yeah, man, definitely. Mr. United, love how you support the thing in the Arsenal versus Manchester. Hey, Mr. Bolt, you see the next time you send Bolt, baby, if you're watching it, baby, tell Mr. Bolt, say the next time Manchester United have a finals, you need to turn up on I Am Sure Sports and give us 10 minutes, I'm time, You understand? We have to make that happen because the people need to hear how he thinks football and reason football. So get this to baby for me if you now watch and tell him say they look up at the 7th minute. Just watch the 7th to the 8th minute of the show. Drew Fortis, a year time of the year, this, You said champs? Casey, C-Bar was still in there. Understand me, ready to run. But big up all the Fortis people in the place. You don't know. Eagle Republic. Mobi no play, no day, no fear them, no way. You understand me? CC! Original Cornwall College. Now that Eagle Republic, say, man, you don't know. You understand me? All the yellings and respect to the man, them, Demo Dre, the biggest commentator around here. Yo, man, like, number 7. J. One called Jason Grandspend. I know play a pen. KS Sports TV up and running. You understand me? Hey, so this week we have a beautiful young lady coming on and she go, you understand me? She go sing for all of the men. You understand me? She go sing. And she unmarried, You understand me? So you don't know if you don't want a connection and a decent man can work on something. You understand me? But yeah, I also have JPL coming out today. But there's a very special event. Big up Michael Toller, Hey, Kerry, you're Anthony Mack, you come on as, former statsman, Kerry, big up yourself, every day, bro. Make sure everybody right this and watch it. Al, the barber out there, so make sure everybody watch it right now. Make sure the TV stick and stay. And I am sure sports, Chucky and the works, and the spider, the whole of the man there, Port St. Lucie, everybody, make sure watch the thing, stick and stay. Yeah, man. El Padrino. Yo, me I tell you, right a long time. Hey, El Padrino. Careful now. El Padrino. Watch it, Man, cataract. I clean and clear because no more alcoholic substance is there. Big up yourself. Cataract. You understand me? Big sound. No come around. Man of Steel. Yeah. Yo, also big up Marlon, cause we can link up at the game yesterday, Marlon, Man of Steel, man in his man. And you understand me. And the Nat scene was also there. Big up Nat scene. Sometimes I feel like not seen lose a couple of screws still, but make up yourself unseen. Sports TV, Art of Love. Yeah, man, blessings, man. Vinsky or Vinsky. Yeah, man, up and running. You understand me? Yeah, man. We have to keep up the good work, We just do this because of the love, You understand me? We do it for the love. Of course, it would be good that we can earn, but it's not because we want to be millionaires and things. We really love it. We sacrifice a lot for the sport because the sport helped to make us better as people. I knew how football helped me. You understand me? A lot of things that football was part of my redeemer. And so because of that, I always feel like I owe it something, I owe football something for the opportunities that it presented to me while I was playing. I never rated myself as one of the best, but I'm telling you, football did help me, and I owe it. So, you know what, we're going, you know. We have some soccer cleats that we want to give to some youths, you know. We want to give it to some youth in some deep rural areas. And so me I go make a drive. Me just go make a drive this week and go to a primary school and give some youths some cleats. You understand me? So them can have it in the summer to play some ball. Thanks to the Port St. Lucie family, Mako and Freddie Butler and all of those people who them have all of these things and them say, man, whatever you can take, man, take and give to some youth. So we're gonna do that. We'll make sure so some youth, some size 5, size 6, size 4, size 3, size 2, size 1, boys or girls. You understand me? Reach out to me, Balakar, if you're up on the base and me I go through Trelawney, you there. We want to make sure so the youth them get them thing there. That we want to do. We want to make sure so we are put some youth, we are playing at them school shoes, in some cleats, in some soccer shoes, so them can start play football. You understand me? We want to do that. More youths play it is better. It's going to be for Jamaica as a whole. Drink JA Entertainment, up and running, man. Bless up yourself. You understand me? Balakar. Balakar, did you and I ever bet a jersey, Balakar? You keep coming on and say, what the jersey them there? What kind of jersey you talk about, Balakar? You and I bet jersey? Balakar, you need to tell me when you and I had a bet about jersey. Tell me. Yeah, man. Big, hey, Arden. Hey, you know, say Prince Madden. One of my son, them, right? They are Jamaica right now. The too young. Do they could have. And you know that in mother, because of where Arden is located, want him. Balakar, you know, so you have to wait until 30 minutes. Behave yourself in a Balakar. I will call you back. So wants him to go to Arden. But my concern about Arden and the sports thing, because he's a little man, we love him sports, you know. Prince Madden, you know. You understand me? Big up Arden, Manning Cup team. You understand me? From 1986 to 1989, up and running. You understand me? Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain, them can't, them are a size 14 year old brother. Or them a boots that can't fit you, man. No, you know, brain drain. What? Brain drain. Listen, you as an artificial intelligence cannot speak to anybody's attire because, as far as I know, artificial intelligence created in a suit that they wear consistently and constantly. You cannot change, right? I am sporting this because I want to speak about Mako Soccer Club because we coach some youth and the things that I coach them, they played it in a game on Saturday and won. Brilliant goal. I'm hoping that I can play it on the channel for you to see it. If I could just, I think it's on the Facebook thing. Let me see if I can find it. I was trying to open it earlier so you can see it. Yeah, man, everyone, we soon bring on, man. Cataract, you don't know. You understand me? Man from Dintil, Kevin Masalaman. You did bet that Amari Bell was injured and will be out. Send on Balakar jersey. All right, so think it was Jason Gona. And I said, let me go over it again. Unless something miraculous happens because he was injured, I guarantee that he will not hear. And Jason Gona says he's not taking any bet. He says he's not betting me. So how Balakar get involved in a jersey argument? Balakar, you want a Mount Pleasant jersey? Balakar going to give you a Mount Pleasant jersey. That all right. See that you want a jersey? Now give a Mount Pleasant jersey. Elite Sports TV. Up and running. The man's Balakar. Lord of mercy. Balakar. Just wait no Balakar, man. Balakar, you now listen to me. No, just wait no, man. Wait until it's 30 minutes thing no Balakar, man. People, Balakar. Wait until it reach 30 minutes no Balakar. Kirk James, up. All right. We're going to player rating. Balakar, After 30 minutes is when we start taking phone call. Fresh guy, let me know the likes them stay on the channel. You understand me? The people that liking the video. Alright, so people, make sure you hit the like button. You understand me? Go ahead, let's get that going right now, and then we're going to invite some persons. We have some very important things that we need to discuss today as it relates to even the game. So we're going to get into that. Balakar, don't worry. I will be calling you back as soon as I get these things done. But I want to tell the people about an event that will be held at Draxal. All right, I want you to come out and support it. That's one of the reasons why I am here, because right after this, I have to make some move. So I'm going to show you what is going on. This is all right, definitely. So this week we're gonna have on also Damani Osai, I think the name is pronounced, former youth player out there in California. We're going to have him on this week. We're going to have on Haman, a former youth player as well. So we have a lot. We're going to have on Ali Rose soon as well. You understand me? So just stick and stay with I Am Sure Sports. All right? Don't worry, Balakar, man. Balakar, yeah, pressure Mr. Balakar, man. People. All right, so let me show you this Easter thing that is happening. You understand me? Let me show you this first. More get over them things, you know, because them things are important, you know. Then we get to the paddentries. That's what they say. So here we go. All right, so let me just show you this right now. Please limit Balakar to no more than Balakar. Balakar, you know, when the ladies say so, Jarvis, so you know the 8th, me I go there in Jarvis. So make sure you're there on the 8th. I think that is Easter Sunday. You see me? All right. Please. So make we link up. I'll shout you after the show. You understand me? All right. So please limit Balakar to no more than 5 minutes. He's on for too long. Going on and on and on. Too much. Balakar. And the ladies say that in a Balakar. So you know from the ladies say that Balakar, you are in trouble, my brother. Balakar, you're in trouble. You know the ladies the lady says you can't stay on longer than 5 minutes. I hope you will respect the desire of the lady, Balakar. So you're going to be our first call. I'm going to pin the link. Hey, listen. Unless you're one of the regular persons on the platform that we understand why, because you're at work. You see, if you can't, and I always say this, if you can't be on video, then why not call in? You understand me? If you can't be on video, just call in. All right? So, bam. So we're going to pin the link so those who want to come on can come on video, so we can keep the quality of the show up and running. All right? Balakar, the ladies say a 5 minutes you are getting up, bro. So you can't go, you're not gonna get to go you know, more than 5 minutes. But people, I want you to hear this, right? So first, let me show you what's going on out at Draxal with Michael Tuller. And then one of the first thing I want to talk about is the press conference yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. So watch me now. Bam. Big up Blue Mountain. First super sticker. Hey, listen. I noticed brain drain is messing up. And a week of champs, brain drain don't come in with his Calabar super sticker. I don't understand on super chat. But nonetheless, so this is what is happening, people. If you are in the Senton area, you need to support this event. Lots of stuff will be happening, but this particular one, Michael Tuller, I'm gonna have him on the channel, right? It's called Ballers and Entertainers in Unity and Love presents Easter Fest football and dancehall session. You know, so you have Philip Fraser, Do Right, Crockback, AK, Brockback, Luton Fire, Hugh Brown, Jomases, Reverend Danny Dredd, Terry Ganzi, Ross Wani, right? Future football game between Irie FM and Tolo Invitational. Lots of big players will be there. Howard Cephas, Michael Tolo will be there. Manningsman will be there. Theodore Tapper Whitmore will be there. You understand me? DJ Jacko from King Jammies and Best FM. Super Tone. You understand me? Tone. Admission. Football. 300 adults. 100 children. Admission. Session. $1,000. All right. April the 8th. Saturday, April the 8th at the Draxal Sports Complex. Listen, come on, endorse it. Come watch Man in this man drop some leather. Drop some leather. You understand me? Oh boy. You understand me? Yeah. Big up Coach Minzy. Bless up yourself. Let me just do this. Yeah. Balakar, me so short here. KC cheating, but I'm not worried. How long can a school survive in downtown location? Time and crime will tell. Bridget, it's a good thing that you are an AI, you know, or else you would be in problem. All right, you would be in problems. But I hope a cue is taken from the press conferences done by the. So let me get these press conferences. So there were some press conferences done. All right. Let's stop sharing. There were some press conferences done at the game. And whenever we have press conferences, there's a lot of noise, sound playing, wind, all of that. All right. I want us to listen to the press conference or the interviews that were done after Jamaica played Mexico. All right. I'm going to play them. Listen to the quality of the sound, right? And the fact that some of the things that we normally hear when we have these interviews were not there. It says to me that we can do better when it comes on to how we interview persons at the end of games. All right. Demo, you're supposed to send me something. Now, where is it? All right. I want to make sure you're hearing enough people. All right. So tell me.
Goalkeeper Jamal Lewin. We've had a good game today. Take us through the game. I mean, how you saw it from the back.
I think we executed the game plan perfectly. What the coach wanted us to do. You know, we had our chances on set pieces. We tried to get in behind and play, and we executed the game plan. Unlucky not to come away with the win, but definitely a step in the right direction.
How easy or how difficult is it playing in the Azteca?
definitely not easy, especially for me. This was my first time coming here, really, and being able to get the start. But it's definitely not easy to play, and to come in and perform the way we did, I think was definitely showing how the team is growing and making the step in the right direction.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Jamal.
Speaking with Coach Maron Gordon. Coach, a tough one. The guys played well, but we didn't come up with all the goods that we wanted. But take us through the game.
It's a tough one, but come here and get 2 goals in Azteca is not easy. I think in any other tournament, we'd have settled a job, but we needed the win to move on. But I think the guys did well. We worked on a lot of stuff, and it really feels good. We even work on the goal kick, we scored from it. We work on the corners a lot, we scored from it. We got a few open chances that we should have put away. Mexico also got chances. It's a balanced game. But to come here and give a performance like this, like wow, it's a good start for us. I think the Argentina game, was the beginning. I think we made a turnaround in Cameroon, and I think this we're on the road to really build a nice team in the future.
If there was anything that you would change if you look back at the game, what would you do?
Wow, I think tactically we got it spot on early, but I just think it was just the chances. I think we should have us believe a little bit more. I think we're looking some clear-cut chances when we have some half chances. We could shoot. I think that is just that's encouraging. It's very encouraging going into the Gold Cup.
Thanks.
This is Leon Bailey.
Well, for me, it's the first time being in Mexico, actually. First time playing in the stadium. And I think it was an incredible atmosphere. I think the fans showed great, spirit to cheer their team on. And, that's a heavy support. And I feel like it helped them a lot today. But, yeah, it was a great atmosphere to be playing under. And, yeah, today was one of them ones where it's bittersweet for us that we came over the draw, but we're still looking forward.
Good night, Roberto Torres of the Liceo. Do you think it's an obligation for just a team to reach the World Cup, considering Canada and Mexico, where the states are and qualifiers?
Most definitely. I think we have a big opportunity to, make the next World Cup, and with US, Canada, and Mexico being qualified, it's a huge opportunity for us, and we're going to make the most of it. But we still have a long way to go. But today we can take a lot of positive from today. I think today was a good game from both teams, and we showed a lot of character, which we were lacking in a long time. But I think today we really could have came up with something, but was unfortunate we came up with a draw.
Hello here, Ricardo from Morning Deportes. I just want to know how much involved the Mexican afición and the Aztec Stadium.
Sorry, I didn't understand that one, mate.
How much do you think that you feel? How do you feel here in the stadium with the people and Mexican?
As I said before, this is a tough place to come. The fans, the stadium is massive, and the fans is there for the team from the beginning of the game until the end. And it's never easy for our away team to come here. But we're really grateful that we were able to play and stick to our game plan, and really could have come away with something tonight. But yeah, it's amazing to play in such atmosphere here, and I think the people here really can see that they really love football and they really love their country.
¿Alguna pregunta más? No?
Thank you.
All right, so now Coach Al Grimson.
I think Leon expressed himself really well. It's a difficult place to come, and a big respect to Mexico and the football in Mexico. Is one of the powerhouses in CONCACAF, so we knew it was going to be a difficult match. But I think we did some good things, but we are starting a journey together. I know we need to improve a lot of things still. But the good thing about this match for us is that it shows, even though we go away and play in a difficult stadium like Azteca, we can still get something from the game, but we are disappointed not to win.
Hello, Coach. Roberto Torres of the Liceo. You have been always an underdog as a coach. You made it through Midfield, and now you have an opportunity to start to build something really special here. How are your hopes for the road to the World Cup to 2026?
No, that was one of the reasons I wanted to coach Jamaica, was because I think there's a lot of talent in Jamaica, a lot of talented footballers, and now we have to create a team that can work together as one. And we are, like I said, this is my first official match, but we are just starting a long journey. So we are trying to improve a lot of things, trying to change a lot of things. This will take time. I have to be patient, and Jamaica has to be patient. But given the quality of the players, I think we can be a very, very good not only reach the World Cup, I think we can do good things in the World Cup in 2026. There's a lot of tournaments until then. We are starting a journey. Now we have to try to find players, to select players who we want to have on the bus on this long journey to 2026. And this is like the beginning for us, the coaches.
Here, Thomas from Podium Reporters. What did the team need to win this match?
What did we need?
Yeah,
I think we were unlucky. We had really good openings. We used the space behind Mexico, so we had a lot of good counterattacks. We had really good set pieces, which we should have scored from. So I would say we are disappointed that we did not score more than 2 goals. Of course, Mexico has had their chances as well. But I think we had more open chances, clear-cut chances, which is down to details, maybe more working together to finish these attacks. This Mexico team starting 11 was more or less the same that played the whole World Cup. So they are much more synchronized in what they are doing because they know each other pretty well. So, but obviously we are just disappointed now we did not win because we wanted to go to the semi-final in the Nations League.
Hey, Coach. What do you think about the national Mexican team?
They're always. It's always a tough team. It's always a difficult team to play against. Individual quality and acceleration, speed, quick actions. So they're difficult to play against. I watched them. I watched you in the World Cup, and you deserve to go through from the group phase because you played really good matches. But it's always difficult to play them in here, especially in this altitude with this atmosphere, these fantastic fans. It's difficult to play. So I like it. But a new coach, he will probably change something. So it will be interesting to follow how he will develop this group of players.
¿Alguna pregunta más?
Uno más.
Hi, Coach. What's your opinion about the first goal
Of the Jamaica team? It's nice to have on a YouTube when you're showing your goals. This is something that happens once in a while, but funny enough, it was from a set place from a goal kick, which we drilled, and it's just like the icing on the cake to have a finish like this. But yeah, it was a wonderful finish, world class.
¿Alguna pregunta más? No. Thanks.
All right, so there you go, people. So that is Jamali Waite, Maran Garden, Leon Bailey, Coach Halgrimson. Now, the lines are open, and as I promised, I'm going to call back Mr. Balakar. If you want to join the panel, you can also join the panel. Balakar, remember, A.M. Henry and Joan Spence, the two ladies, said that you cannot go longer than 5 minutes. They can't deal with it for more than 5 minutes, my boss. So respect the ladies, Balakar, when you join the show. All right. No, he's not answering. Oh my God. No, he's not answering the phone. You see, people, this is the thing with Balakar right now. Balakar. Yeah. Isn't the link? Fresh God, did I pin the link? The link is pinned, so I don't understand what's going on. Let's take this one. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Oh, the Gallons, man.
What a name. Oh, man, it's a Gallons, man. All right. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Yeah. Talk to me. What are your thoughts on the game?
Azteca, it's a place where I expect most to come out with a draw and to say, Ravel might to clumpy tackling if we don't win the match. And some one-on-one chance, some good chances that we get after man dash it there. Leon Bailey get himself in a good position and do utilize it. Leon Bailey drop ball from Coreyberg's head and do utilize it. This is how we could have win the match. So I'm kind of pleased with the performance. That's a new coach and vision. Going forward, I not much to complain about, except when I told the man that he could have, you were a better shape. Taxi come on and Taxi look like, say, yeah, him out the day, you know. So, I don't really have much to complain about.
Okay. Okay. I mean, anybody's performance surprised you like you didn't know that they would have played so well and they did, and anybody like you disappointed in their game?
Yeah. Hey, I don't think anybody surprised me in terms of how them play. But think like the back line, Mexico scored too easy with the first goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. The keeper looked decent. The Russell guy, Russell name him, come on, he looked decent.
Yeah.
Come on, Nicholson put in a good shift in terms of some hard work, but I want to see more clinical action from him. I want to see more clear from him and them things there. Him hard working also, yes, but I want more from him. I want more from Leon Bailey too. Corey Burke, to put them chances the way I get. Good strike from Bobby Reed. Very good strike from Bobby Reed. I never expect that strike there, but when he connect with the ball, man, trust me, people get beaten. You know, so Bobby Reed is a man everybody love us.
Yeah. Most people were giving him a hard time, so I was glad that he came and he put in a very good performance in this game.
Yeah, and to me, Bobby Reed is a very good footballer. And I can't understand why we don't see the quality where in this in the English Premier League when he can play for Jamaica, him and Leon Bailey. If the coach can get them two youth, they can play like how them play for them club. Although I'm a suspect, because even yesterday, that's the match I'm I'm not 3 times. I want to look at the body. Somebody wonder whether they fit here. Someone has kick ball and I goal himself.
Yeah.
I check through the ball to the one man, but the defender, pass and defender. I'm going to feel like, say, when a man attack with the ball, you need more than one passing option. You can't have one passing option in advance. Come on. All the rest of 9 man, them sit back and I watch.
Yeah.
You get where I come from?
Yeah, man, understand.
Yeah.
Understand, yeah.
Yeah, man, the man, them, I know say, yeah, because they got Africa is a must-win game. So, you got Africa is a must-win game. Try win the game, if you lose the game also. Because nobody know expect you to even get a draw, much less. You get where I come from?
Yeah.
But you know Africa, and I'll call you back, yeah?
All right. Keter, morning. Welcome to the show, sir. Listen,
Morning.
people, let me just say this, right? Mexico got a draw because on both occasions, it was Mexico who came back in the game. Jamaica took the lead. All right? We needed a win. It is very unfortunate. But I believe the team did well enough because this is the first time in a competitive game we had a team going to Mexico and scoring 2 goals against them. All right? So let us just give thanks for that. What are the people? What are the demon in a suit? I want this. Yeah. What are the Keter? What are the finding?
Bongo, Jongo, Agua.
People in a suit, you better get murdered and tell me. I joke this.
I magma court.
I want to go court.
He will pay child support, brother. I don't joke that this. You can't have a picnic them and pay child support. You're there, court. Throw a liar, man. Spit around your camera and say a liar.
Love great excitement to the brother. Just give it a second. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for me. Good morning for you guys. And big up everybody in the country.
Hold on,
for a while. So me just like me just want to see me.
Piney, just mute a little bit. All right? Hold on. Piney. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of feedback coming through from your end.
I will if I have equipment to drive boat around here. Stop listening to that.
No, man. Just mute. No, hold on. Just mute for me and let Demo finish.
But just mute. Demo, they for the life. Let me talk and run.
No,
let me talk and run a lot. Demo, big up yourself in your suit. Let me talk first. Because if Cataract start talk, me now gonna get to talk again. Because you know when Cataract talk, him not turn off. And the woman them say, Malaka and Cataract chat, come out, you know, stop chat like them. And that them say, me and me say for the woman, them a type it like comment. Big up on yourself, lady, to telling them how you feel about them and them will
no ladies are comment. No ladies are comment.
All right, go ahead, go.
Anyway, let me say this. Big up yourself, demon in your suit. Some people don't understand it's business we deal with around here, and sometimes you have to present yourself respectfully to your people and where you apply to. So I know when someone attack like you're a criminal and a court. You know me. Anybody in a suit I go a court and me, not man, you, or maybe you're a criminal Cataract. I can't talk about court out. Tell him I don't take care of them. Because my father, yeah, tell him.
Too much skelly at that time, you plant, brother. Too much skelly at that time.
You are deadbeat, you come here and disrespect my son. Don't disrespect my son around here. We take care of our kids. The same way we take care of him, you know we take care of his kids. Don't do it. But child support course. You're crazy? Anyway, moving right along, man. I love what I hear from those coaches and those players today. Did not expect to go into the spirit aspect and come out with a draw. So with that said, congratulations, and we're looking for forward progress. I don't want nobody in the comment section anyway a type and I criticize him. I don't know, so we go to Mexico, up in the altitude there, we'll get a two draw. So we're not talking about what could have, should have, and would have. We're talking about what is. We come home with a 1 point. So, we could congratulate the team for that and ask them to do their best moving forward. We could beat up everybody else who can beat up, including USC and anybody else we get. And that's how we think, and that's where I look for the coach. He have some positive things, and I like what I see. Big up on yourself, me I run along because I don't want to inspire me over here so now pay me to pay management by 1,000 pair of boots to 5 or 6 year old. Congratulations, sir, I love it. And that's why I will continue to support whatever you do because you have love for the kids and you want to see progress and you are helping there. So here we are. We're not afraid to jump on the super sticker, on the super chat, like, share and comment and tell the world what we're doing over here and make greater things happen. Big up yourself. Demo. Good luck in whatever you're doing in your suit. Cataract. You can take a and chat.
All right, big up Gunners, boss.
Big up yourself. Big up Gunners, boss.
You see them man with their time and skelly and business. Go through demo. May I lock off or make you buy me from it.
Yeah, man, because I just say what I have to say and run. Because man is man. Again, big up to everybody. Unseen, big up yourself. And everybody in the comments. Man is man. I know say I get in the game and all of that, but I don't know if you want to play the thing for the people while they on. Because no, I don't want to get tied in with the game because you just play the clip of the press conferences and stuff, right? But let me just say this and preempt the thing. Zine, you see these mainstream people in a sports media, brother. I'm not gonna call him name because people are gonna hear once they play. Zine, like, me not like how them a sound. Like them want bad mind YouTubers and cut down the work. Like say, what we not do no relevant and we not take over.
Another time.
No.
And them little guys, Demo.
Man in
respect on your name.
Cataract. Cataract, you have to let him finish because he have a point. You know what he's talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about.
There is some violation thing going on, man.
No, man, all right. So, hold on, let him
finish. So I just want to preempt it before him present it. So I just say my piece before I run because I don't know when I do it at the end of the show or whatever. Right? And I don't want to judge and take over the whole game. Right? So I just want to say, please, those in the mainstream media in Jamaica or whatever, understand on a thing and on a thing run a certain way for your time. Yeah? But things and times change. What these guys are doing, man, and see everybody who have a YouTube platform, what these guys are doing have really propelled the Jamaican space in terms of football and whatever sports they might do. It really helped. And I don't understand why it seems like so what they might do. It won't be looked down on like say it's not journalism and it's not helping Jamaica move forward. And when we hear this morning, it was kind of disrespectful and distasteful And honestly, man, me know say you want the clip and thing, and my search feed for you, so you can make the
So let
people
me
them
play,
hear.
let me play, let the people them hear it. Hold on,
Yeah,
David.
both.
Boy, the media, let me tell you what in the media landscape. You see the YouTube man, them a bomb rush. When you go to the press conference up and stay there, a YouTube man, them take over the press conference in the boss. Yeah, man, I say to some of my media colleagues, them say, watch out, we're in a press conference and you can't get in a question to the coach. And YouTube man, them just all over the coach. All over YouTube man, them a look. I look content for them channel, brother.
Here, you say a thing the other day.
All right, so you hear that, right? So let me play
Easy
this.
to oral press conference and the man and a beer. You call it
The YouTube man, them bomb rush thing.
Yeah, YouTube to better.
No, but me not bomb rush press conference.
You know, bomb rush
for my channel. We don't need that. We don't need that for my channel.
Okay.
Hey, Basho, when we play Trinidad the other day, no? We go in at the post-game press conference. We put him go in a room. And a YouTube man, them ask you like question. Me just take one.
Management staff full of people.
I never see management.
Management can't
some other man, military good and some other man. Some other YouTube man, them busy, brother.
What may I say still?
Yeah, so here's the thing, management. All of this team, all of this team management, after some very unbelievable things when me hear and read about the Jamaica game, the same man who has said them something here, him no like how Jamaica play the one bag of long ball, and him no know if him for trust how the coach are play now, and him a go start look on what Iceland they do because it no seem like say him a go like this style of play where Jamaica do. I mean say yo, which game I watch? We just got mixed because we get a point and score 2 goals and draw for the second time in our history against them, man. And the comments we may hear from the mainstream people who have a massive platform to talk to Jamaica is that him no know what the coach style of play is and him can't take the one bag of long ball, despite the result we get. Like, me just, for me, when me hear them something there come after, and then when me come on YouTube and hear or unanalyze the thing, brother, me not understand why people have a problem with what I do. Like, it's just disrespectful to me. So you ask it, you get people them hear it, and Cataract, this was not my own doing, boss. The whole
I said no, you're not bad, man. I said no, you're not bad, bro. What may I say is, in light of the historic moment that we saw last night, hold on. I believe that should have been relegated to the last minute of the show because just hear my little point, no, brother. Me now focus on no locus. Me see TVJ News. I put out and I run a story and a clip Saturday night when Manning's man, Ryan, and everybody run from 2 nights before. Their days are numbered. So they must try something. Them now an analyst. Some people when them used to bring pan TV as analysts. Really come on when I no surf ticket. Are analyzing things better. So I don't want them to detract from the performance of my team last night. And the big man them were forward on for reason about what we saw last night. Them figure one side. Man, if you have a last 30 seconds when you play style and favor, you can play it and mute it second time you play it.
Hear my point. Because of what it was, being so historic, the game, me no want the game for the last, boss. Me want to end the show. Me no want to end the show with that. Me want to get that out of the way, make it fly fast. And then
we have to start the game.
No, what Ebo is saying, Cataract, is that when you have the big artists perform last.
Me not understand.
No, let's not discuss.
Them TVJ and CVM wanna come in like Amari and Queenie. And we are the big giant them now. And
we're not Cataract.
We're
not. Come on, we have to listen. But here's the thing: we can't criticize people for what they do, and we do the same. I always say that we need to temper our own criticism. You understand me? Because they have a space and a place for what they do. You understand me? Let me give you an example of something. But let's go to the game because we have a few people and persons coming to get it. Go ahead, Demon. All right, let me say it this way. Like, there's a press release about even the coverage of champs, and now they have finally include what people on YouTube can do with the champs content. Well, here's what I'm not going to do. Let them say what they're saying. It's good that we play that and get it out of the way. We're going to move on and talk about some things relating to the game. All right. Yeah, and thing. We can come back to that at the next time. But big up Kimo who was joining the show and Unseen Sports TV in him Calabar colors. Unseen oh, he's back on the scene. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna give each of you one of them escape world Tuesday. Anyways, I'm gonna give each of you 3 minutes before we get into player ratings, and then I'm going to take some calls because some person have been calling in. So that's 9 minutes. So starting with Unseen, go ahead and take 3 minutes and give your overview uninterrupted. Then we'll go to Chemo and then Cataract.
Man, I'm gonna play some music in the background. So let me see how fast I can do it before them start playing the music. Because you know the thing go up here. Player ratings. I think Bobby Reed, I'll give Bobby Reed 7.
We don't player ratings, Daddy.
No, but let's give you overall assessment of the game before we get into the player rating. Yeah.
Overall assessment. To me, we just have one problem. You know, the long passes was too much. We think we could have mixed it up a little, put some curry on it and some gravy. You understand me? You know, we panic with the ball a lot, especially when we get the ball. Sometimes we think we could have keep it more and pass it around. If you ask me, Mexico defense, them no good. Mexico defense no good. We could have get more out of the game. And for me, we just think so. We'll give it the 3 points. So just basically, we give it the 3 points. That's all I can say. We'll give it the final round.
Okay. All right. Kimo, what say you? We're not hearing you. You're too relaxed.
You're not hearing me? You hearing me now?
We're hearing you now, yeah.
All right. So going into this game, I was really worried about what the performance would be. I know some of these players who haven't played at the Azteca would take, the whole lot, but we started the game well, which Mexico didn't expect that. So we had a part to play in the game. We got some chances. We could put Mexico on the back foot throughout the whole game to be comfortable and can play the football that the coach wanted them to execute, but we didn't take the chances, which led Mexico to come back in the game. However, I backed the coach so much. If this was maybe 2 coaches back, we would have lost this game in the second half. But it showed that this man has a pro license and this man knows what he's doing and he needs more time. All he needs is the time, and we as fans should give him time. And he's still looking at players, and this draw doesn't let us go to the semi-final, but it feels like a win to me, and I see improvement, and I'm really proud of the guys who came on, like Lambakisa and Russell. But we have some fine-tuning to do.
All right, Kimo. Kimo, you have to sort out the audio, right? Because you have the mic like in your mouth and the microphone. Sorry, you have the microphone. You have the microphone. No, we're gonna move to Cataract and you sort it out. All right. So sort out the microphone. Hey, listen, Cataract, no bother with them thing there on the show.
No, I'm not back a Chemo. I want you to put a stopwatch for me today because I'm only party.
All right. So 3 minutes. Go ahead, Cataract, and it starts right now.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers, subscribers, the whole I Am Sure family, the whole YouTube family, coaches desk, the one link thing.
Hold on, call until Cataract is finished.
See, now I'm interrupted.
No, man, go ahead, man.
3 minutes. That's a boxing round. I'm very familiar with that, so I'll let me get my punches off. Congratulations to the team. Congratulations to Coach Grimm. Congratulations to the Ultras. Fireburn a Waganis. Fireburn a mainstream media TV. Fireburn a commentator. Fire. Now, you can go confess your sins, be baptized in the blood, and wheel and come again. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. Because if you realize last night, man, I see about 500,000 people per Mannings, man. About 600,000 people per military guna. About 700,000 people. And TVJ and CVM and Sportsmax, we don't see one. One of them was showing one Indian um a chatty movie in the middle of a national game of national
But Ketera,
importance.
nobody focus
So
on
no,
them,
no,
man.
no, man, no, hold on. So that is
Yeah.
the reason why YouTubers are becoming more of a source for the fans of football because we are always there, and so people stick with us. So that's what I have to say about that. Now onto the game. We have been long suffering fans, the fans of the Reggae Boys, and last night we got a ease from the suffering, like how cancer victim them get ease from the pain when them touch the high grade, the good Jamaican medicinal cannabis. Yeah, man, that's what they get last night. High as a kite. Felt so good to see my team respond to the criticisms we have had over the years. What we always say, Jamaica always starts slow. We always take long to get into the game. No, sir. Early out, radam. Bobby Reed, show you what it's like to have a Premier League player on the field. Answers all the critics in the best way that you can do. Score. The entire team chemistry was beautiful. I saw passion from the players, even down to Damian Lowe when he was going to be substituted. And I know he was in pain because I would have been pleased with that karate kick in my fighting career. When a brother then land the knee in the man kidney, I'd have been pleased. And to know that he didn't want to come off of the field and stay and fight showed me the passion. The coach, Hal Grimson, you have demonstrated to Jamaica what a pro licensed coach brings to the table. Tactical genius. We have always said in the past decade, we have been outwitted tactically at the coaching level. In the day night stadium when people have made tactical adjustments and we now respond. We match the Mexicans tactically. So congrats to Coach Hal Grimston and the coaching staff. I have been asking for some teeth to pull thing there. Some Mexican have some gap tooth, right? As so now, because some teeth pull last night. And we did about to lose the whole of the top teeth and have to wear dentures, Mexico. We don't know how lucky we get. Jimenez, you go about, sir. Mexico was this close to being embarrassed and the coach losing his job. Outside of that, we'll get into things like the nitpicking and the small areas that we'd like to see improved. However, overall, good team performance, gave everything we asked. Good defense, the defensive unit, well done. The keeper, well done. You didn't save a penalty and you got beaten by a wonder strike. No shame in the game. Young lads who got their debut, the debutants.
All right, good job, Ketera. All right, we'll come back to you. We have a call online and then I'm going to come to Marlon for his 3 minutes. Caller, sorry about the long wait. Your time, go ahead.
Yes, boss. Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon, no.
Yeah, yeah good afternoon. So, my little 2 cents, big up everyone on the panel and thing like that, and big up yourself, I am sure, sports, right?
Yeah, man, blessings every time. Thanks for the call. Yeah.
So, my little 2 cents, as I say, there is this one player where, I don't know, I just can't have the vision for him, and I say, in purpose and over, time and time again, but just disappointed in him, which are Daniel Johnson. People might see him play good and everything, but me I go point out few things when me come across in his performance in the game. But let me just give an overall congratulations to the team and make everyone know, say, you know, me see areas where the coach improve on from these set of players. I'm see areas where it needs to be improved. I know say I have utmost faith that these areas will be improved because for the short period of time and to the improvement that he has made, there's no doubt in my mind that these little areas that your spot will be fixed in a soon time. So, but let me just touch on Daniel Johnson where me no want to see in our team none at all. Right? And at the 16th minute, 55, 57 seconds, he wasn't marking, and which actually led to the goal, right? That are the first goal. Him are the one who should have pressed the number 10, where the number 4 actually ended up a stretch and kind of get stick up. If Daniel Johnson, was tracking that man, the number 10, the number 4 wouldn't come under that pressure. The same number 10 again in the second goal. If you notice, when he was the one who was supposed to press the number 10, which caused
Carla, you still there?
Yeah. So I'm saying, if you notice when the penalty was given, right? He was the one again that's supposed to mark that number 10. Why Ravel had to come in and put in that tackle. That was, I'm still here. If you notice, immediately Bobby Reed went over to him and put up how many fingers? Take a close look.
Carla, you seem distracted, man. We're listening to you, but you seem like you're distracted.
Yeah. We get but
you're looking at the battles. Don't mind the battles, man. Just keep talking, man. They're not real battles. Now they will catch you. Don't worry yourself. Just keep talking.
Yeah, that's right. So every time because they have some little things to in the 37th and 29nd, 39th. I learned something right now because like when I said period.
Oh, and I think that is all right. So Carl, let me see.
You understand? And even at the Argentina game, he was the one that checking us. So him have a consistency when now mark and check, and him not see him make no passes in the 1 and 2 things when cover some spaces and things like that. But in general, he is not the kind of player for that position, in my view and my opinion, in my humble opinion. You understand?
Okay. All right, Carla, do you know though? All right.
So yeah, me rest my little part right now, and you know what I mean. If
you need some beer up. You need some beer up. If you rub over your body, buckle lick the way you just get a while ago. But respect. I mean, it's your opinion, It's what you saw. So it's what you saw. Not everybody will agree, but there are persons who agree with you. Not a lot. So that is how it is. That's what the show is about. Giving their opinion. You understand? Right. Somebody will come up and give something different.
Let me just say this real quick.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord, for intervening. Marins, this is what happens when people watch the game with their backs to the television. That's just what happens. When you see the reflection of the game, you don't really see the game properly. Just that.
All right. All right.
And Marins, I want to say, both to Sting and to YouTube, D&G, could you bring back the Shandy bottle? Because the quality of stage show has gone down and quality of YouTube callers have gone down since they can't get some real life battle.
All right. All right, hold on. We have the coach on the line. As you know, they are en route to Jamaica, so he's live on the line right now. And then, Marlon, can you hold on while I allow the coach to speak? Because you were supposed to speak. You okay with holding on? All right, people, we have the coach on the line. Not the Grim, but the Mins. Coach Minzy, welcome.
Omar, you gonna set me up like that, Omar? big up the people,
Yeah, man.
Well, go on, man.
When they are coach with you, I'll go on.
Boy, you come back in a shock, come on.
Huh?
Why, you come back in a shocker.
Yo, Brian, I'll be a man. The man almost kicked me out from upstairs.
Brian.
All unseen. Man, they nearly kicked me from upstairs.
Yeah.
Man, they catch some fee for the ball game. Me now sit down, we're going to say, I go out on the field next time when me now holiday. The man almost kicked me from upstairs, brother. Me have to hold on for the railing tight.
Minzy, coach.
Yo.
Now I send one picture while going on Mount Pleasant. Your man is man a train them to do different thing, you know.
Yeah? Hey, Brian, I'll send me a picture, man. Look, fold up like a towel in the brother.
Coach Jason Guna said we don't want to hear the coach there. You understand me?
Okay. All right, so, man, why the people, they must say, the YouTubers, them a bomb rush press conference and all these things. Why you do it, man?
No, man.
You can't behave yourself.
But me not go press conference.
Man, they say the YouTubers, them, and your name come up, you know. You and Guna name come up, you know.
No, man. When I'm breathing, man, stop, press conference. And then the host said, no, man. Me never see man in his man. But people like and him call other YouTubers name and them man there. You understand me? Say kind of separated me from that.
Yeah, try to take on yourself still. But anyways, I mean, the game yesterday, boy, tough game, as I predicted. Predicted a draw. Big up Qatar, we predicted a draw. Because it was a mammoth task going the Azteca and get a victory. We can say we almost got it, leading for quite some time until emotions got the better of us. But, I mean, it is something to build on. Very encouraging. If we see this coach with this team for a long haul, then definitely we can get this team playing some good football. It's not the traditional attractive football that we wanted, but it was something that got the job done basically. Javian Brown was out of sort. Coach made a change. Lambekisa came and quieted Chucky Lozano. So that was a good change. I think he waited too long to take DJ and Ravel out. Russell, I hope the jury for cataract is the verdict is out. You know what I mean? Because he had the jury out deliberating. So I guess the verdict is out now. Leon Bailey never had a good game. Didn't have a good game at all. I think Boza really played creditably well, given the task that he had to do. He held up play, win some of the headers. You know what I mean? I think he was kind of a bit lackluster sometimes in moving towards the ball. But separate and apart from that, we need to see the team start playing team cohesive football so that we can really look better in the grand scheme of things. But it is indeed an encouraging thing going forward for this team.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, there's still, and I like what the coach said. The coach said, listen, we still have to get the right people on the bus. He said that, and the journey begins. No, he says this is his first official game. So what he said to me, he spoke about talent, getting people on the bus, which is suggesting that he knows he needs more players. He also said, thirdly, that Jamaica, one of the reasons why he took the job is because Jamaica has a lot of talent. And I did not believe that he was speaking about the players playing in Jamaica when he made that particular point. So I am looking forward to even the Gold Cup to see if we can. I know that there are other players who are going to come on, and if we can get 4 other players, and I'm going to be very specific, 4 other players from the Premier League to add to the players that we have now. I think that's Cataract is saying 5, but if we can get a minimum of 4 more players who play regularly in the Premier League to add to this group of players that we have, I mean, I think is that we are in a good place with this coach. The other thing is that we have to continue be applying pressure to the administrative arm of the federation to get their act in order. That the kind of planning that we saw, where chartered flight to, chartered flight back, you hear when the flight coming back, what I've heard is that all the players are already okay. That kind of thing needs to be also consistent with the team as well. You understand me, Coach Minzy? So if all of those things,
Yeah, man.
yeah, let's see
Remember,
what
it's a holistic thing, you know. It's not only on the football pitch, you know.
There you go.
It covers far and wide. So
The one thing I'll say,
the coach will have to do his job, the players will have to do their job, and the federation has to do their job.
yeah, the one thing I'll say is that I would charge the JFF to even seeing that the coach is from Iceland, see if Jamaica can play Iceland, Finland, and Denmark or Sweden. Just play the Scandinavian nations, somewhere in one of those Scandinavian places. I mean, the players, a majority of the players are in Europe. Maybe they need to have the next camp, because I assume that most of the players are in Europe. Find a way of having the camp in Europe and then fly from there to the Gold Cup, so you could have some game. That's just a thought. I don't know what is the cost surrounding it, but I think that is where the federation should try to put on like a 3-nation, call it the Scandinavian Caribbean Cup or something like that, and just play a competition with the Scandinavian nation and Jamaica to get them prepared for the Gold Cup and thing. And the federation should actively pursue stuff like that.
If I could just get a couple words in before we jump into what we said we were going to jump into, which is the player ratings. I don't want us make that drag out.
No, man,
right?
I just adding to Coach
No.
Minzy.
You're saying it's important. Very important. Very, very important. You notice me clapping. I was clapping while you were speaking. Coach Minzy, big up there himself. We did say that we gave our analytical view, but we said we wished that we were wrong and Jamaica won the game. So I don't take any pleasure in being right, and neither does Coach Minzy at our predicted draw. And we predicted a scoring draw as well. But Mannings, I want to take this opportunity as you speak to do 2 things. One is to ask of the JFS respectfully, please book a ticket for Coach Halgrimson to traverse to England and book him a 5-star hotel to stay at, or ask the Jamaican consulate to put him up at the protocol house that we have in London. We have a protocol house in London, and allow him to watch at least 1 month of the Premier League season, to properly assess what talents they are in there, and he can properly speak to those players that Manningsman alluded to. Manningsman, why I raise the hand for 5? I don't want us to limit. I want all the players who are eligible. I want them, because injuries do come into effect, and sometimes players might have important games for their club, etc. So Gareth Southgate just started a war. I hope he can finish it, right? But I just have to say a special word to my good friend who I admire, a player that I have a lot of time for. I want to take time out to say congratulations, Mr. 8 Minutes, Ivan Toney. You could be in a headliner like Bobby Reed.
Nobody going to listen.
In fact,
Minzy, and you say you want to say 2, and you gone on Ivan Toney.
I said 2 things, and I said the first, the coach must go to England, and the second thing, I'm
leverage, brother.
No, hold on, it's not. I said more than 2 things. Anyway, I just want to big up a player who I admire Mr.
Wonderful.
8 minutes, Ivan Tony.
Wonderful.
You were not even
All right.
one line in any article. None.
Keter,
Bobby
I
Reed.
don't think that helps anything. Keter,
Yeah,
big
man.
up yourself. Minzy, go ahead and say, finish out that. I see somebody have this up on the, so I want you to respond to this and then we can take a couple of other calls. It says, I am confused. This is Boris Johnson. He says, everyone's saying good team performance, but they are singling out players that didn't play well. Is it they don't know? Well, is it they know what the coach asks of the players to do, check all factors and then speak? All right, so let me see if
Yep.
yeah, go ahead. You understand that?
I think, I think the team, when you look at performance, if you really want to grade the performance overall as a team, it might not be a good grade, right? Because you didn't see any cohesiveness from the team. Because the midfield was a bit stretched from the defense and the attacking end. But individually, of course, you could look at players' performance. And that's the difference between us and Mexico. As I was saying last night, Mexico play team football and we rely on individuals. And that needs to be something that is fixed going forward, where Coach Grimo has to take into consideration how he build his pattern. Mexico, play the ball, move the ball around, knock it in the middle. If the middle is congested, boom, slip it out to the right or the left and try to get across in. That's all I'd have to say. Grimo needs to set up a pattern of play for the Reggae Boys so that we can play it until we master it.
Yeah, man. All right, Coach Minzy, we'll see if we can take, because I mean, the amount of people are called, but before we take any more, big up Coach Minzy, coaches the style and flavor, have the city lock. You understand me? Me have a group and everybody I said them agree with Keter. Keter. Them a listen to them agree, but
I just want to run in that player ratings because I want to big up some
no,
player.
but Keter, we have to give Marlon a chance. Marlon needs to get his teammates. And many people calling in, because you know we have to show respect to the callers, you know. Lord of mercy. So
But I wonder if some people know that it was torrential rain in Mexico last night.
Yeah, man. So let Marlon speak. Here's the people who calling. I'm going to call you back. I have to let Marlon speak, and there are some person. I'm going to call back every single one of you that I have a missed call from. Don't worry, and give you a time. Go ahead, Marlon.
Come on, bless up. Gamer, Cataract, Unseen. Big up on yourself. Marlins, as I said it to you yesterday, Unseen, that I saw it as a draw. Right? So we have to come in the coach, the players, right? Go into the dragon house and come up with a 2-all draw. I think for the longest while, I think Jamaica is the first team to go and score 2 goals at Mexico in Azteca. So that's another historic moment again. So the players, as I said, we not really look on the negative, we look on the positive, right? I'm disappointed that we didn't get the win to advance to the semi-final. But as we said yesterday, this is the first game that the coach having the players fully at his disposal for 4 days straight training camp. So we see with time what can be there. And people saying about this and that. Remember now, this is Diego is his second official game, but he's a man who has been in Mexico for several years, right? So he has won the Mexican championship, he has won the CONCACAF League championship as well. So he was somebody that was basically, everybody was crying for him to get this job. So going up against him, and I said, remember I said it to you yesterday, Unseen, that if it was a team that played Suriname, Jamaica would have beat them. So you see the heavy hitters came in, right, and we stood up to them. So we just have to commend the players, right? The guys who didn't put out the full 100 are the excellent performance as we were looking for, right? They have to regroup and come again. And the good thing about it, players know that there's competition there for them now. Andre Blake, when he comes back, there's 2 keepers there rivaling him. So everybody now need to open their eyes and stop taking it serious. Not just putting on a Jamaican jersey and say, okay, I'm playing for Jamaica. There's players out in England waiting to come the same way. So the team, as a players coming back, we know you are and you need to just keep and improve. And as I said, Gold Cup, we're looking for bigger things in Gold Cup.
Yeah, man. All right, we have Blue Mountain online. Blue Mountain, You have 3 minutes. Your time. Make your point and then listen so we can take some more. Go ahead, run it.
Mannings.
Yes, sir. We hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, hear me well?
Everyone hearing you loud and clear. You're on the peak of the mountain, man. Jeez and peace. Caller. Caller. All right. What you know? Hey, people not listening.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Blue Mountain.
All right. Hear me now. A few points more, man. All right. From yesterday, me I try calling and can't get through. Come here, the man them hijack my show from me, brother. So anyway, you see when the man them call and a reason, and this is for the people them will listen. One the man them reason, pragmatic, and come from the man program with foolishness. I hear somebody say yesterday like I start from yesterday and then I go through my little point. Come here, come on, cooking. I'm not hold it up because enough people are calling. I hear somebody else them rather say whisper in the team over Kemaro. It's a whisper. We want to break the youth in the thing right because him is the future of Jamaica football right now, I see. And every day, me I hope and pray he make it into the Chelsea first team and put Jamaica on the map again. You understand what I say? So we don't want to force him. We want to take a little time with him. Him not in a Kemaro league yet. Kemaro probably could be one of the best false nine ever. You know, in the league, guy. All right, left off of that now. Man, none of the players them deserve any type of ratings. All the players them should be congratulated because it's a new coach. It's his first official game, and players.
No, but Blue Mountain, let me just take 10 seconds. So all the players play well, all the players are commended, but why we can't rate them?
Because I feel like all of them played well.
Yeah, so why?
Well enough.
But maybe ratings. But maybe what I'm saying though. But maybe the ratings will show that, and that some play better than some.
Well, man, I don't really like the ratings thing, because for me, when them come back and them watch the program, sometimes and them hear say, boy, them play the worst. It motivate them as a player.
No, man, that's small stuff, man. You ever go to game Blue Mountain? You ever go to a game in Jamaica yet?
How you talk about, man? They may not go to a Costa Rica game versus Jamaica, man.
No, me I talk about what the games that some of these players play in our Premier League.
No. I'm not there Jamaica for years now, man.
All right, so let me tell you. They are members of your own, your own supporters tell you about your mother, your father, your grandmother, your auntie, your sister, your pitney them, your woman, everything. Right? And the next week, the players them come and play. And the same fans lift them up when the goal score and run around field with them and all of them things.
Well, that's true. That's true still. But what me I say still. Yeah. Oh, me I look on it still. And, you see Cataract. Boy, him is not the best selector, but he's a man who talk. When him talk football, him know what I say. Him is not the best selector. It's probably one of the worst, but when him come to him football, him know it.
He know football better than selected.
No, man, him know him football, man. You can't go around Cataract. You have to give a man him.
Then that me ask if him know him football.
We have a little biasness now sometimes. So sometimes we go overboard, but him know him football.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So what do you say about his selected?
Another day. Another day. I think he should have put it. I hope him put it down.
All right, go ahead, caller. Yeah.
And I'm big up the YouTubers them because I get better sports information from the YouTubers them than when I get from TVJ and CVM. And I don't want to hear none of those media houses or anybody who work for those media houses come on this thing and disrespect YouTubers. You understand what I say? The YouTubers are more informative than them. You understand what I say? I want to go to the grassroots and bring it to we. We not see them.
Yeah.
You understand what I say?
Yeah.
But the team played well. The guy will call and criticize Daniel Johnson. He was right in some way, but it was the whole team. Because if you notice, man, I want Cataract comment on this one. This is the last point I'm going to make. If you notice,
all of the players them will hurt us most are the players that our midfielder should have picked up. So the guy was right when he attacked. Our midfield wasn't tracking back fast enough. If you notice, every time the forward pick up the ball,
it wasn't Daniel Johnson. If you watch the first goal on that side.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah,
no, you know what I said? Every player guilty of it. I said every player guilty of it. We wasn't tracking back fast enough.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, you know, I not get to watch the whole game. The snippet that I see every time the Mexican forward pick up the ball, him look for that midfielder pushing up into our defensive third. So the midfielder need to pick up them players the faster.
Yeah.
And don't give the forward the option to pass the ball to them. So Cataract more you make me know if what me I say is facts or not. See?
So me
man
and Kimo are unseen and only Cataract can tell you. All right, boss. And you're just saying can't say.
No, Kimo can't tell me about. Hold on. Kimo can't tell me what make a comment. Kimo.
Want to unseen.
Kimo.
Want to unseen.
Kimo. Hold on. Kimo.
He might hear you, man. Just talk.
Kimo, hear me?
Yeah, man. Everybody I hear you.
Tell him off up him thing, man. That dollar store headphone and now work, brother.
All right.
Work, brother. Yo. It's when you go to Walmart or wherever you buy a headphone, man. Stop pick up the thing out of the little thing them with them up. You know, the little discount kit, man. I'll buy a good headphone, brother. You never man in man show, you know.
Careful, yeah, this is Dollar Tree. Careful, yeah, this is Dollar Tree.
Man in man show uptown, show uptown show, you know. You come on the show, your thing has up.
Careful, yeah, this is the Dollar Tree, no, brother. Ramp with the Dollar Tree, no, bro.
Nah, man, we don't shop on Dollar Tree, man, is man.
A lie,
man, we don't rich, but we don't shop on Dollar Tree. We like quality.
Blue Mountain, a lie, I tell, but you don't shop at the Dollar Tree. You stop shop then.
Man is man. If you catch me a Dollar Tree, me give you $1,000.
You stop shop. All right, cool.
Man is man. Dollar Tree are the old place. They say when you buy a lotion, and rub the lotion on, you're whiter than when you before you have the lotion on.
Big up yourself, Blue Mountain.
All right, press up.
Big up the man. Say, why am I know if big up on Bunny out? The man launch.
The amount of call we get Cataract, but we need to do the player rating. So we get a call from your arch G's and Peace as one. Let me take this one. Caller.
Yeah.
You're live.
Yeah, morning.
Afternoon. You have 3 minutes and then we go back to the panel. All right, so go ahead. Make your point.
All right, mornings on the panel. Cataract, Unseen, Mal and Mlink, and the next commenter. Sorry if you don't remember the name. Kimo, yeah, blessing. Mornings, you know, I heard Unseen make a comment earlier that you would like to see more possession and less long ball. I wonder if you noticed that most of those long passes connect last night. And secondly, this Mexico team outpossessed the world champions Argentina during the World Cup, in the World Cup match. And has always been a possession-based team. I don't know no other team where the outpossessed Mexico different from the Czech Republic, who is also a possession-based team, and Spain. So that is the first thing I want to shoot down. Clearly. Mexico is a possession-based team, and possession don't necessarily mean you're going to win a match. Yeah. Japan had 18% possession and won their last match in the World Cup, which is unheard of. So it's what you do with the ball when you get it. Jamaica made 4 shots on goal, I think they say.
And 3 on target.
To Mexico at 25. And not 3 on target and scored and they end up at 2 goals. So it's what you really do with the ball when you have it. So that was the main point I wanted to make, that I don't think we can beat down the team in terms of the possession, in terms of the 70-30. Because I don't know no other team that would outpossess Mexico, much less in the Azteca, and had everything going against them, including the amount of fans that was in the stadium, the altitude, and we also was playing without
our strongest team in my mind without Antonio and without Superman breaking goal. So I think the team did superb with the little time that Coach Grimm had to work with them. And that is my 2 cents.
All right, good point, because both coaches did say they were worked on the set piece. The goal that they scored where the keeper kicked out the ball is something that they worked on, and they got a goal from it. So thanks for the call, caller. And sorry about, I know you were trying to get us for a long time, so sorry about that. We're getting a lot of calls, all right? So respect every time.
Yeah, man, bless it.
All right, so go ahead now, panelists. Let's start.
I want to ask something.
Go ahead.
And then we just jump right into Jamali Wade. Was the possession 70-30? Because the site that I follow says the possession was 60-40. It said we had...
I saw 70-30 from where
One said Harvest
said 60-40. And it said that we had 5 shots on target out of 5 shots. And we didn't have any shots off target.
All right, hold on. All right, Marlon, what your site says?
Franco Cup said 60-40. Ace 70-30.
Yeah, some say 70-30, some say 60-40. You never hear nor here, because at the end of the day, like the caller said, is what you do with when you have the ball. All right. So Cataract want to do the player rating. All right, so let's go, Cataract. Let's start with the goalkeeper and then caller. Welcome to the show, but just hold on for 1 minute, and we're gonna go do Cataract going to say something, and then we'll bring you on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Cataract.
Jamali Wade. For me is a solid 7.5 out of 10. I only pulled off an incredible save early on to keep us in the game, and the momentum would have swung if it wasn't for that. And my only detraction from Jamali Wade is that he just caught the Andre Blake virus in the second half with some long booted passes up that fell straight to Ochoa. I also think he may not have understood the altitude and how a ball moves in altitude, because the air is thin. So you need to put less power in your kicks downfield. So solid 7.5 out of 10. Well done, young man. You did well against Cameroon, and you have kept up in your second game. 7.5. Malins, I want to say though, I want people to remember let me say that for Coach Grimm.
All right, hold on. Right, so I'm going to come back to the studio. So let's take the caller, and see. I'm going to come to you after the call, and then Kimo to give us your rating for Jamali. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to the show, Sir Preacher.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Yeah, man. Been a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. It's big up to your panelists, and big up to the man them I follow online, and the woman them too. Yeah, what may I say? You see, I've been observing Jamaica playing in Mexico over the last few games that we have been there. And the truth is, save and except for a few mental lapses and perhaps some missed opportunities, I think we're beginning to get much more comfortable playing against the Mexicans, even in the Azteca. It's very clear that with the crop of players that we now have and the level of physicality and also our ability to catch them on the counter, right? We have no need to be fearful like in past dispensations of the Mexicans. I was particularly impressed with, is it the number 22 who came on?
Number 2. The central midfielder, yeah. Jonathan Russell.
Jonathan Russell.
Yeah.
Jonathan Russell. Was particularly impressed with him coming on the field and just adding that ability to pick that pass. I think on a couple of occasions he picked some passes that we were not getting necessarily from our starting holding midfielders. And so he's one definitely to look at. You mentioned Lembi, what is his name? Lembi Kisa?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lembi Kisa came in and he solidified that right-hand side. I do have a little problem with Javier Brown. I think sometimes he's overcompensating on his side of the field, and a lot of attacks tend to come down that side. But when that number 2 came in the second half, he looked very solid, didn't give up much, and so those two substitutes, I think, really stood out for me. I don't think that midfield pairing is going to should be the way forward for Jamaica. With Ravel and Johnson, both of them lack genuine pace in their game, and I don't see the creativity. I know Ravel is very creative. He's obviously not playing a lot of football now, so we may not be getting the sharpest version of Ravel. But I don't necessarily think Ravel and Daniel are the pairing for us. Don't ask me who is going to replace either. But we definitely need a little bit more pace in the middle of the park and a little bit more creativity coming out of the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Leon Bailey, again, I mean, he had moments, but Leon seems to be overthinking when he's playing for Jamaica. He had a couple chances where, I mean, composure, just a little bit more composure for somebody who is a professional footballer. And perhaps the result would have been different. But generally speaking, I think it was a good performance from the boys. And as I say, we are getting much more comfortable playing in the Azteca. I don't think we have a problem for World Cup qualifiers going forward. If we maintain this crop of players, we should be doing some damage, especially in the upcoming Gold Cup.
Yeah. What do you think about the coaching strategy before you go?
Well, we obviously were trying to sit back for the most part and then catch the Mexicans on counter-attacks down the flanks using Leon Bailey, also using the height of Shamar to try and get ball, the second ball. The strategy, I mean, it's a strategy that any coach would use, playing against Mexico in the Azteca. I think I would have loved to see a little bit more willingness to perhaps attack them in the last 15 to 20 minutes. I know we brought on Corber, but it would have been nice to bring on Paris on one side, on the left side, have Leon on the other side, and really push them from the flanks to see what we could get coming out of those areas. But other than that, I think generally speaking, the team acquitted themselves very well, and the coach seems to, for the first time, be using some of these players. The coach seems to be very clear on what he wants to do tactically when he's playing against certain kind of opponents. So, I mean, a good effort, a good overall effort by the team.
All right, great analysis, man. Thank you for your breakdown. And again, sorry that you weren't getting through initially, but we're getting a lot of calls. All right.
As the biggest sports show on you, you shouldn't expect anything.
All right, bless up, Breach.
All right,
yeah, man, take care.
Cool.
All right,
yeah man.
Rest of panelists, come on. Jamali Wait, unseen. What's your rating?
I'll give Jamali Wait 8.
8.
8. For me, I don't think Andre Blake could pass those accurate balls like how Mr. Jamali Wait pass them to Bowser. You understand me, Jamali Wait? Quality goalkeeper, between the sticks. Even the first header that Mexico, and him save it, fingertips. They want him push on the bar. He marshal the backline as well when cross is coming in. The first time you can see the Jamaican defenders look like, hey, we're not making no cross score pan with today. So, you understand? We're not really making no cross score pan with today. And that's the first time. And so him at 8 and think, but I think sometime him could have mixed it up still, start the game from Billy from the back. But so it is.
Yeah. All right. So we have unseen. Carla, I just need to take the other two persons and then I'll come to you. So just hold on for a couple of minutes, please. All right. Kimo, your ratings for Jamali Wait.
Okay, so I would give Jamali also an 8 as well. He has proven to be consistent and he's gonna add pressure to the goalkeeping unit. Good to see that our main goalkeeper was out and he came in and put in a good shift like he did in the Cameroon games. So I'm feeling real good to know that we have another goalkeeper that we can put our trust in between the sticks. And we know we have Connor Boys Club, so we have 3 good goalkeepers coming this World Cup. So yeah, I give him an 8.
All right. Marlon, Jamali Wait.
Yeah, man. 7.5. Commanding kept us in the game in the 4th minute, right? Long pass came from him for that goal. So he was commanding. It's my keeper that I've been crying for a long time for him to be a part of the system and get his chance, and he's taking that opportunity that he got. So 7.5 don't need to really go deep into it.
So we have 7.5, 8, but a lot of persons are saying 8 in the comment section. So I think we can safely say that it's not far apart. Let's give the goalkeeper 8. All right. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to take this call. Caller, you have 3 minutes, right? And then we're going to go through the rest of the ratings and then take the rest of the call. So go ahead, caller, and make your point.
Yeah, man, it's big of yourself. Big up the panel, them, I see.
Yeah, man.
Boy, Keter, I don't know if you kill a sound for that brother there earlier, man. This your sound wicked still, but don't know, big up for yourself. But no, like, I think it was overall a great game for Jamaica in terms of if you're looking at the stats and you know, coming out here with a draw, like you said, we scored 2 goals, isn't it? And that's the major, you know what I mean? Because we never want to lose, we don't want to win, we don't get the ultimate result, but still we get something. But I think from a minor perspective, we looking at the qualitative performance from each individual, I think it's fair enough to kind of, like you said, give some ratings and judge and make criticism. I think sometimes people out there in the diaspora, in terms of the colors, them, you know, them might fear say bashing, or I wouldn't say bashing, but criticizing the players them means that we had tell them say, yo, that's it for them. But no, I just think we want them to be better, we want them to improve. And I feel like say, yo, it's fair enough to even call out some of them sometime, because we can't have possibly one of our best player who we expect as a leader, like for example, Leon Bailey. We just allow him to just keep on, you know, not giving us a fair, strong performance, you know, say. Because at the end of the day, we can say, yeah, I'm probably an overthinker, I'm not doing what we're supposed to do. But I think if Leon Bailey keep it even simple, I'm telling you, if this man does leg of the ball a little bit more and move into the space them more, I think it will be even much effective rather than trying to give us a display of showing say you have the skills and you can beat them and score. You know, I think some of the half a chances them we get last night, we should have, with between him and Shaman Nicholson, they probably could have taken some shots. Isn't it? I think they never challenged the keeper enough in terms of shots. Because we really didn't try to do some shots. Isn't it? I think we had some great performances from our wingers, with the exception of Brown. Still, I think Brown really couldn't keep up with the 22 player on our Mexico team. He really they are killed with bad on the flank. And I think DJ and Ravel, I mean, no disrespect, I don't think they could have done much, because for one, they can't keep the possess the ball, because the ball keep on go over the midfield. You know, it can go from defense go straight across to the forward. So, you know, I think that's a little bit too harsh in my opinion still. But I think in terms of saying they were help cutting off the play, then they keep the line, maybe I watch some of that even this morning, they rewatch it. You know, I think they were doing their best. Like you said, Ravel is kind of a little bit tired and or should I say not much 100, you know what I mean? And I really want to commend Ethan Pinock. I think he was really solid in the back row. I think him and Lowe, because Lowe really and truly was playing great. I mean, I think Lowe normally come out and be aggressive for it. You know, boy, I'm not like still, we're lucky with Lowe still. I want to listen to the referee there. I don't know if maybe him like jerk chicken or something still, because I tell you, he could have give us easily a couple calls against where could have even cost us the game in terms of, you know, that the penalty there again too, you know. I mean, but not like I'm still not too disappointed, but at the same time, like you said, still I think we really could have win the game, yeah. You know what I mean? Some bad moves and bad plays by our team, and Jano, you know, I just one of them thinking about here last thing, let me just finish what saying. I think we really and truly with like I said, with criticism, I think we really want to make these players be aware. So listen, don't get comfortable, don't feel like say yo, because you know you're great out there, for example, you automatically guarantee your spot. We want people to get a little bit uncomfortable and say your competition is there, because we have possible some other pieces to come in and I feel like say yo, you know, like everybody else probably would say, I think Karen Paris did kind of deserve a little look in last night. I really feel like Leon Bailey could have get a sub in at the 78th minute or so. You see me? But I really feel like say, yo, them have to just start work feet, you know what I mean? Because we see say the wingers them, you know, between Bell and probably Lambakisa and possibly Greg Lay. You know, I mean, we've had some competition, and I think some, like we say, players have to start show them colors when they have put on the color. You know what I mean? I represent for Jamaica. I think Bobby Reed had a great game, and like we say, we're glad for that, and hopefully we keep on going forward because I feel like, yeah, then probably they just go through like some bad spell, or you know, but right now, like I say, big up to the player man, and respect again for the panel, and let me hear the feedback to you.
Yeah, man. Wonderful breakdown, Carl. I really like the way how you break it down. You understand me? And
Yep.
again, thanks for the call. Again, our apologies because we're getting a lot of calls and we have a loaded panel, so we want to make sure everybody get a chance. So sorry about that. All right. So listen, what we're going to do, we're just going to go through the player ratings, and then I'm going to make up with all the calls after that. So panelists, we're not going to spend 5 minutes on each person because that's going to make the show. That's like 50 minutes. You understand me? And then if we go times 4, that is going to be 200 minutes. We don't want to spend so much time on it. So let's go. So we did waiting goal. Let's go to Damian Lowe. Yeah.
Damian Lowe for me was 8, and I gave him an extra half a point because of his obvious close friendship with the referee. Networking is important. Big up.
So the half a point mean you took him from 7.5 to 8 or 8?
Yeah, man, 7.5 to 8 to 8. Yeah, man, because it's important because clearly, good networking with the referee, was wearing a good cologne that him tell the referee about the cologne. Yeah, man. So the handball there, come see the referee put him hand on his side. I say, yes, the hand is the other side. But importantly, he was not rash. Although he made one rash tackle, but it was very accurate. He had a lot of interceptions. Did carry the ball forward. And to be honest with you, it's been the center-back pairing with the greatest chemistry that we have seen for Jamaica since the Gold Cup. Since the Gold Cup last year, we have not had a better centre-back pairing with chemistry. And I hope we stick with this centre-back pairing, particularly for our competitive games, and allow them to blend together. And people who blame the YouTubers and cataracts, I'm chat too much. I really think hearing all the names of these centre-backs that get in the papers and who will want to come to Jamaica, I think Damian Lowe has been watching the stream because one of the most calm, collected games he has played in a Jamaica jersey. 8 out of 10.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Next person. 8 out of 10 for Damian Lowe from Cataract. Marlon, what say you? Muted, Marlon.
Come on, 7.
7.
I think it's one of his best game he has had for the team since that 2019 Gold Cup against Panama. Was common. Come on, best game longest while. And I think Pinock brought the best out of him as well. You have a calm person beside you who can read the game well. So you see, as Cataract said, normally we see 3 or 4 rush tackle, we saw 1. So good game from him. I think he was Cataract alluded to before that even when Mariappa was coming on for him, he didn't want to come off. But we know he was in pain. So good performance for him. 7. Solid.
All right. Kimo, Damian Lowe, what is your player rating?
Well, it's one of the best games. 7 for me. It's one of the best games I've seen him play, and I know he's trying to improve better, to be better, knowing that he has one of the best defenders alongside him in the Premier League this season. So I give him a 7. There's still room for improvement, though.
Yeah. All right. Unseen.
Why 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still a kick with the ball.
Unseen, you know what I want to do? Do you know that the stats show Damian Lowe only had 1 inaccurate long pass?
Man is man.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what the stats says. In terms of long pass, he has 2 short passes that were errors. So his passing accuracy was in the 90s. But
Much,
You said
man.
that he kicks
When
away
me
the
see with
ball.
my eye, when me see with my eye, a totally different thing. At least me now say good, and me have cataract in my eye. Alright, make it sense.
No, but no, what I'm saying is that maybe you saw that, but I'm telling you the stats. So, for example, he played a ball into Bailey early in the game, but Bailey miscontrolled it. Is
Okay.
that Damian's low, bad long pass, or poor control by the player?
All right, hold on. So this you have a game in props, you know, because Damian in terms of defending, blocking, and also, the partnership with him and Pinock was good, was good. But some of the time, man, him can just keep the ball and pass the ball properly, and just kick with the ball for no reason at all.
Yeah, but what I'm saying and seeing is that could that be just your past affecting the present? Like that wasn't happening yesterday, but because he has a propensity to do it in the past, you may have you just saw it because he didn't. In fact, part of the team strategy that they were practicing is what they did. Most of those balls were played to Ethan Pinnock to hit the diagonals. And the goalkeeper, it wasn't Damian Lowe in this game. I'm saying that. Other games he did it, but in this game, I don't know. But you said 6.5, it is your rating still.
Yeah, my
But
rating.
yeah. All right, I won't kill it. All right, let's go to Ethan Pinnock. Unseen, let's start with you.
Ethan Pinock, 9.
Okay. All right, Cataract.
Ethan, just need to say this, a commercial break. Unseen's rating of Damon Lowe was brought to you by Samsung's world's smallest television, the 1-inch TV. He only saw the ball when it left Damian Lowe's foot. He didn't see the end result of the pass. Forgive my brother. Ethan Pinnock, 9.75. The most assured performance of a
This man is
Jamaican.
easy.
9.75. The most assured performance of a Jamaican Central. Virgin, I had my
No,
mic.
you're finished, Unseen. You said
All
that
right,
Ethan.
so you
No,
said
no,
me
no, no,
finish.
no, 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 no. I thought you were finished when I said Ethan Pinnock 9.5.
No, we were finished. You just jump in like.
Oh no. Sorry,
I thought you were finished. You were paused. You were paused.
Yeah, you're a pause. But go ahead,
You
Unseen.
can continue.
No, Unseen. Continue, no, man. I am moderating. Continue.
Oh, all right. So Pinock 9. Wonderful game. Even
You said 9.5 before.
No, man. Him said 9.5.
Says 9.5.
Oh, you said 9. Okay, sorry, Unseen. Yeah.
Wonderful game. But in terms of even with the tactical throws and stuff, the coach work on. He did well in that department. Marshall in the back line giving instruction and stuff. So Pinock, him there up there 9. Could I get 10 to? Could I get 9.5? But we just say 9 because there are room for improvement.
Okay.
And good game from him.
Yeah. All right, Cataract. You're on Pinock.
I apologize.
Yeah.
And this player rating is brought to you by the world's largest TV, where we saw the whole thing. Ethan Pinnock, 10.
You just said 9.5.
Because if it did let me finish, I said 9.75. If it did let me finish, you would have stuck at 9.75. Ethan Pinnock, 10. The most assured, accomplished performance of a central defender that I have seen in a Jamaican jersey since Nyron Noseworthy and Adrian Mariappa went to Mexico, and Nyron Noseworthy had a career-ending injury. I cannot pick up a single mistake. His long throws had the Mexicans sending for the cartel to I was afraid he was going to be assassinated because I didn't think they were going to allow that to continue. His long throws are a weapon. And why he went to 10 for me, I didn't realize, because of the influence of Ray Nephew, that he was wearing the captain's armband in the second half. And normally, Jamaica capitulates towards the end of the second half and gives Mexico the winning goal after good performances. And his captaincy was assured. Perfect. 10 out of 10. A Premier League star. Definitely one of the top 5 English-born central defenders in the Premier League, and showed exactly that form and talent the man who came from non-league football, from something to nothing, Ivan Toney. That could have been you. Boo. 10.
All right.
Rupert.
All right. Chemo. Ethan Pinock.
Yeah, I mean, it was a sensible performance by Ethan. Yeah, it's a sensible performance by Ethan. And, so I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9.
All right. Marlon.
All right. At my border, I give 8.5. We didn't have a clean sheet. Right, but his performance was commanding, but not having a clean sheet and see 2 goals. So I can't give him that 9 or the 9.5 that he should get. So you have to read them to hold the overall performance of defense.
All right, cool. All right, for me personally, I would give Loa 8, and I'm going to give him an 8 because I thought he made 2 fantastic blocks that I am certain if those shots had gone through, they'd have ended up in the back of the net. And he threw his entire body in the way. So I'd give him an 8. And Pinock, I'd give a 9. Because I thought, like I said, he led the team well. He was involved in the attack. He was the one who, Fabian Fool said, pushed the defender basically to get that. It was Lowe who headed on the ball because people forget that it was off Damian Lowe head that the ball ricocheted off the Mexican defender. So you can say he was involved in the second goal that Jamaica scored. So I thought both of them did well. All right, so there we go. 2 center backs. Let's go right back. Start with you, Marlon. Javane, bro.
Javane, 5.
Yeah.
Right, you have the top wingers coming at you. The problem that really had Chucky running past him. He let Chucky come onto him, and we saw when Dexter went out there. Dexter went at Chucky, don't give him the space because that's what Lozano want. Lozano want to come, drop his shoulder, cut in, and go at goal. Right? That's what he was renowned for at PSV before he went to Napoli. And it's the same thing he did last time, but Javane gave him the space that he want. Right? So performance and the goal came from his side as well. So 5.
5. All right. What about you, Chemo?
Well, I would give him a 4. And mainly because he didn't adapt well. And he played to Lozano's strength, and he seemed to lost it from there. So I'll give him a 4. It was a bad day or a bad night for Javane. Hopefully he can come back strong. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Cataract seems to have. Oh.
4. No. Breakfast game. So I don't want to be eating on the live, but
okay.
I participate.
Yeah. No eating on the live. So I respect the live.
Yeah, because some man were eating before and the persons were complaining. Let's keep it Christian. 4. And Devon Porter, I'm going to remind you that you were the coach that brought Javane Brown to our attention, and you badgered Coach Tapper into calling him up and told us he was the second coming.
When you can't you can't go for some tangent. We have to bring this up into this brother.
It's a 1 minute. It's my 1 minute thing. You told us that he was the second coming of Cafu, and all these things. He hasn't lived up to the billing. And having played his best game against Argentina, he has played one of his worst games here. The 2 goals happened in the 45 minutes that he was on the field, and 4 is a kind score for the player Javane Brown, Toronto FC right back.
Yeah, Vancouver Whitecaps.
The Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah, so 5 for him.
No, 4.
Oh, yeah, I give him a 4. I give him a 4 as well because I thought on that goal he allowed the player to do exactly what the player needed to do. Even the second goal, the penalty, because that ball actually started over on that side. So I think, the fact that he was substituted also said to me that the coach saw some errors that he was committing. And thirdly, the player who came on was marking the same player that he was up against. And I think for once, when he twisted and turned the player, Lemby Kisa get back. So based on that, if I give, because my rating for Lemby Kisa is a 6, based on what I saw. So that means the other 4 is what I'd have given to Javian Brown, which would make it 10 in terms of the rating. So that's how I did it. All right. On the left-hand side now, we had Amari Bell. I don't see unseen. I think he's not on the scene. Yes, so let's go. Let's start. For Amari Bell, for me, I thought he looked better in the second half, especially he did more defending in the first half. We saw his qualities going forward in the second half because I think that taxi change allowed him to push forward a little bit more, and he made a couple of dribbles upfield, which means that that's a part of his game that we have not seen. So I would give Amari Bell a 7. Really worked hard and did well. Defensively in the first half and offensively, I thought he did well. So I'm giving him a solid 7. All right. Chemo.
So for Bell, I would give him a 7.5 for Bell. You know,
okay.
7.5 I'll give Bell.
7.5. Marlon, what say you?
So my positional left back, 7, solid. Had a better second half than the first half. I think the first half he was coming under pressure from Pineda and Henry Martin were interchanging. Sanchez was coming down that right hand side as well, the left hand side. So second half he was more fluent going forward. So I give him a 7.
Okay, Cataract.
7.
Okay, so
he put in a shift. And as Percy just said, he benefited and he was able to blossom when Taxi came on. And he had some defensive cover on that side. So 7 out of 10. Showing why he is a 90-minute player for Luton Town. And I wish him all the best and hope that he gets promotion to the Premier League with his team.
All right, wonderful. All right, so that is the defense that we have covered. The kind of amazing because we're doing this in spite of the team conceding 2 goals, which is suggesting that the goals that we conceded, we defended well enough. The goals were partly due to how the midfield was set up, because the defenders, with the exception of Brown and the goalkeeper, have all gotten 6 and above so far in the half that we conceded the goal, which is suggesting that the goals were kind of caused by other errors in other areas of the field. So we're going to get to that. Unseen, you are back. Amari Bell, Javian Brown, your ratings.
Amari Bell, 7.
Okay.
You know. Javian Brown, boy, man, I tell you. Javian Brown. Question man is, man. Javian Brown playing right back at his club, no?
He plays right back sometimes and he plays as a right-sided centre-back at times.
Okay. He come with a scene, you know, ball watch. Now chop the runner. Easily can beat him with one tools. I don't know. 5?
So I don't understand. Okay, all right. So that is because I couldn't understand how you'd give Javian Brown a 5 and give Damian Lowe 6.5.
I said 4. We go back to 4. It's a 4.
Okay. Just checking. All right. Okay, all right. So we're going to get into midfield, but Balakar, I've been trying to get through all morning. I'm going to take him, and Mr. Rudolph Speed wants to come on Johnny Rating Show. But we have Balakar.
What's going on, my general?
I am here, man. How you doing, man? You're sounding very intelligent.
Yeah,
You're sounding very intelligent as of recent, you know. The people say I need to ask you if you have started university or something, like your level of communication has drastically improved.
Nah, man, I don't know. Say you can do it long time, but some my time, as you say, back in I past, used to do some biasness. So it's like, I look for the right way now. So the thing I go on good as well. Me say, Eat and Pinock 10, Damian Low 9, JVM Brown 4.5, Amari Bill 8, Ravel and DJ 5, Leon Bailey 5, Jamal Low 7, you see me, Boza. Me da give Boza a 9 in work rate. And get one buck go on target.
What you
Colbert, come
call
on.
what? What you mean? What you mean? Getting get a one buck go on target? What is that?
He get a shot on target. Get a shot on target.
No,
Header.
because you said buck. Oh, a header.
Yeah, 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 man. He get a shot on
Oh, so
target.
you call header
You see
buck?
me, so Colbert, we da give Colbert 1-7 for the effort. Come on, I
Okay.
miss out the defensive midfielder.
Russell.
Good game. We da give him a 8. When even when Damian Low come up, I feel me think grow on I backline and never look too bad same way. Keeper distribution look good, you see me?
Okay.
That me have to say. And the jersey thing now, when more and get to. And you call me name, you know, big man. Me never unite, The big man say no want no jersey.
Yes.
And you say you go down, you need to ball a car.
Me
Me
go do
never
what?
say
Me go do
nothing,
what to
big
ball?
man.
Hold on. Me go do what to ball a car?
If the youth come,
Okay.
ball a car, go get the jersey.
No,
It
you
be there
use
no
a
man, man.
no. I never. That's not what you said a while ago.
All right, more find it,
No.
and send
Yes,
you it.
ball a car. You don't listen to me.
Well, no man, go come up and show and find it
But
and send you it.
you not listen to man. Not listen to me. Though. You not gonna listen to
Me
me.
don't want about where you say me general.
Man, not listen.
Me don't want to hold up the show me general. Go and do the player rating. But just make sure say me get the jersey them.
All right. Jersey them. Hey, me say the man stands so intelligent. Look like he look like a medication we hear out in a big piece of ball a car.
Manins.
Say medication, we hear up on his man.
Big up yourself, Balakar. No, Duckland, put it up. Duckland, put it up. Big up yourself, Balakar. Balakar, be bro, man. All
Anybody
right.
are calling, Manins, please follow like Balakar. Just give your ratings. I
Yeah.
respect
When
the
you
way
call
in
it,
which
just like
you call
Balakar
him
and just give the ratings
and
of
give
all the
your
players.
ratings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Because
The man said Jersey them. Yeah, that's what I said. Him said Jersey them. I don't know what I mean. No, but big up yourself, Balakar. All right, so let's go to the midfielders because that's where we were. Let's go to Ravel, um, Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison, deep lying center, deep lying CDM or deep lying playmaker. Clearly, no, we know that Ravel is no Andre
Hold on.
Pirlo.
All
I've
right.
said that
Hold
before.
on, Keter. Let me just say something. The caller calling in, right? When we finish the midfielders ratings, I will call you back for you to give your ratings. All right. I have your number. Go ahead, Keter.
Um, his games started badly in the Trinidad friendly and have gotten depressingly worse. And instead of the longer he's been around, Coach Hal Grimson is getting better. His trajectory is in the wrong direction. Ravel Morrison gave away a penalty, cardinal sin. This is the second time since we have disposed of Anthony Grant, who everybody was saying was a penalty and red card waiting to happen, who was never given away one. Kevin Stewart gave away a penalty in the World Cup qualifier again in the stadium, and now Ravel has done the same in a badly mistimed tackle. Ravel, 2.5 out of 10. It was a hard sight to watch. Stan Kroenke, you need to come on one of these programs and explain yourself. When I Kima,
Hearing you.
Your rating?
Okay, so I'll give Ravel a 5. His poor decision cost us the game. Who would have known what would have happened if the game was 2-1? Yeah, maybe we would have hold out and win the game 2-1, but he made that decision of making that rush tackle and brought Mexico back in the game and let Mexico through. So I'll give Ravel a 5. Hopefully he can bounce back from this and can find a club before or after this window.
All right. Who's next?
That's Marlon is next. As
Yeah,
I
man.
hand
So as Kimo said, I go 4.5. He was basically the midfield was actually outrun by the Mexican. Because we know it's 2 against 3, right? I have two top class. Alvarez, I think Alvarez is one of the best CDM box to box midfielder in world football still, right? I would say they're not much CDM out there in world football. Alvarez is one. Roma is another box to box as well, right? And Chavez. So he and DJ are against them. The penalty, he was having the best game, but I think the penalty just basically put a bigger negative picture on this. But we're looking at the positive and the team performance. So 4.5.
All right, Unseen.
I give him a 5 like Chemo. Then I give him a 5. He commit a sin in the box, so sliding. I see him keep on sliding. I don't know why I'm a slide. Stay on him foot, especially in the box as a experienced player like him. Boy, I'm here telling him, man, the play where you think should lead and do the right thing, commit the cardinal sin and put you on the back foot. Rough. We could lose the match. Anyway, 5, man is man. Think you're
Yeah,
supposed to learn from this.
yeah, I will give him a 5 because Ravel's best game are when he plays high up the park. I think when he plays in a situation where he has to do so much of the defensive work, pick up the ball from deep, it's a little bit difficult on him, especially based on the fact that he only had the 2 games, the Trinidad games to kind of, kind of get himself ready. And I am wondering if leading up to the Gold Cup, if there's no other space, if there's a way, he needs, if not at DC, and even if it is a USL Championship, if he could sign as an international player somewhere, or I just feel like he needs to at least be playing some consistent football. Going ahead, leading up to the June window. He cannot be inactive because the older you get, it's harder it is to maintain condition if you're not actively playing. And because I still think with a proper CDM, Ravel has a lot of value that he can add to this Jamaica team, right? And so the reason why I think he made a tackle is because of conditioning. And so I am going to give him a 5 because I know at his best he could offer a whole lot more. People may say, but why you give Javian Brown a lower mark? Because Javian Brown is in condition. So I expect better from him because he's playing week in, week out. So he should have done better. And all right. And he even apologized. Ravel knew that he played bad because I understand that he apologized for his performance on IG as well. So, and I like that. I like when players can come out and publicly acknowledge that, I made a mistake. You understand
You
me?
did?
Yeah.
Manes, if you could give me 30 seconds, I just wanted to be clear about something. I'm not saying, let me say my point. Any CDM, I am going to hold them to the standard of Anthony Grant in Mexico in the Azteca. Me. If you don't want to do that, fine. I am not, and at no point, Manes, you were there, have I suggested that Anthony Grant, who had not been at a club, should have walked in at the national team. That's not the suggestion. I'm saying that a player at 33 years old, if you are younger, you need to come and step to that standard. I believe it's a disservice for Ravel to be playing as a deep line playmaker. I've said this before. He is not. I believe he'll be better served as a number 10, a cam, where his passing can be more incisive and effective to end up in the final end product. I see.
But Cataract, let us connect on Cataract. We saw when Mexico came here, where he put in a man of the match performance. You saw how effective he was playing in that number 10 role.
Pardon
Yes, exactly. And that's what I was saying, because we had a CDM and he was played high up the pitch and he was the man of the match. And until we can get him, I think it's very harsh to judge players. So it's like, for example, I'd love to see Anthony Grant play the number 10 that Ravel is supposed to play, to see how he would look.
He wouldn't look good.
Exactly. So
But you have
that
to,
is
but you have to judge the match that you have in front of you.
no, man. The point I'm making, though, Cataract, that is why am very conservative in my judgment of Ravel, because he plays out of position. And when we have seen him play in the position that he plays best, he puts in good contribution. And this is not a slight on Grant, because Grant, I think if Ravel and DJ had Grant at full tilt and fitness sitting in that position, the team probably would have played better. But the heading into this game, he wasn't selected. So that is just the point I'm making. But let's move to DJ and
I am not advocating for the discarding of Ravel Morrison. I'm saying that I would like to see him play in the position with which he has in his career been most effective. So if nobody can read that and understand that, so be it.
yeah. All right. So let's go to the other person who was playing in that, what is a deep line role, who was Daniel Johnson. All right. Yeah, let's go to Daniel Johnson. Will be interesting to hear this. Unseen. We need to expedite this, so let's go see if we can go a little quicker, because I have two persons who have been calling that when I go through the midfield, I'm going to call them back. And Mr. Speed, you have the link, so if you want, you can join, because you said you wanted to come on. Unseen, what say you?
Man is man, I don't know. Daniel Johnson, we not get Jamaica not getting the best out of him. Watch him.
Okay. Like Unseen was about to say some things that are not supposed to be heard, so the internet did us a good service by positive. Marlon, go ahead.
He was more advanced than Ravel. So I think Ravel had more defensive duty to do. He was being more in attack, right? As the caller said before about him being out of the play, tracking back. I could never blame him for the first goal. He was coming back into the play that Ravel made, but he was at his word going forward. So I give him a 5.5.
5.5. All right, Kimo, Ravel.
I gave an
Not Ravel,
Ravel,
man.
so it's Johnson.
Daniel Johnson, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so with Daniel Johnson, so at some point in the game, I saw him flat-footed, like he was gazing for most part of it when he should have been man-marking someone, and some of the time he was out of position. So I'll give him 6.
All right, 6. All right, so I'm going to refresh you all. Cataract, you give yours already?
No, I didn't.
All right, go ahead, Cataract.
I rewatched the game this morning. Came on at 6 a.m. and it went up to, it was supposed to go from 6 till 8. And at 7:21, inexplicably, Flow Sports just cut the Jamaica game to start showing me a replay of Guadeloupe versus I don't know who. So again, mainstream, I don't understand enough. Before, under the influence, Daniel Johnson did look good. I swear, maybe they are seeing doubles around that tracks and record. But on watching the replay, I had some serious concerns. We are playing two cams out of position in the defensive in the center of the park, and it didn't augur well for us because the Mexico bossed the midfield. That was obvious. I would say Daniel Johnson a 6. Yeah, but barely a 6. Barely a 6. But him and Ravel are playing out of position. So,
Yeah.
but I have to call the game as I see it, and I would enjoy seeing either of the one or the two of them on the park at a time playing in the camp with better box to box and CDMs behind them.
What I'll say is this: one of the games that caused some issues. I don't remember when DJ and Ravel played a game for Jamaica at the National Stadium, and they had what was a mini altercation argument in that match. Anybody remember that?
Yes, I remember.
All right.
Was in the qualifiers?
It was in the qualifiers. There is a challenge, and yesterday, the good thing is that they had better dialogue. Yesterday,
I think it was that same Mexico game, you know.
no man, it wasn't the Mexico. Was
Or
it the
the
Mexico game? I think it was one of the. I can't even remember which one. Was it the Canada game? I don't.
Costa Rica.
I was at the Panama game. It was one of the earlier games, though. It was one of the earlier games, but I can't remember. But I remember there was I can't remember, but it was in the World Cup qualifiers, and there was a mini altercation. It could have been the first game we played against Panama, that very bad game where DJ and Ravel had the, I think, and because the next games, I don't think Daniel Johnson actually came back in the next window, if memory serves me right. All right?
Well,
No,
maybe it's
but
it.
I
No, he
think
was benched. He was benched the next game because he had scored in the game when they had the altercation, and he was
so. There was some
benched.
issues, but
It was the Mexico game.
no man, I think it was the early game. But the point I want to make, because I don't want to try, we figure it out. The point I want to make is that I don't think both of them can play together unless they have a good CDM. Because they're right. It wasn't an altercation, it was a disagreement on the field. Some yeah. A conflict, a mini conflict. Let's use that term. But it seems as if the roles, like who sits deep, who covers spaces, is a challenge that they have. Because one thing I know with CDM is that it's almost like you have to be a captain in the middle of the park to direct play. So it is not just receiving the ball, but it is managing the game. So before any of you go say that rap, because I don't want any of you to leave here and say that Manning's man say Ravel and Daniel Johnson in a war and conflict. Hear the point and take the point. All right? The two players need someone who can play the position. I'm going to give you a good example. Arsenal used to play this player called Granit Xhaka in that position for them. Just to understand it, right? And he struggled because he was the main CDM. Now that they have a Thomas Partey, they look a whole lot different. And he looks better because Thomas Partey actually speaks and communicates and helps them with their positioning. I think what Ravel needs and DJ is somebody alongside them who knows the position, who can basically tell them where to be. And I think that is the issue that they're having. So we need to find a CDM. I am wondering now if this is why the coach didn't start Russell. Because Russell, though he can play the position, is not mature enough at this stage in terms of knowing the position to be able to talk to Ravel and DJ about their positioning. And they need somebody with greater experience in that position. That's how I summarize.
Manning, you're correct. And just because we need to share knowledge sometime. At Preston North End, they have 5 defensive-minded midfielders, and Daniel Johnson and another academy player as the only attacking midfielders. So they have a plethora of ball winning and ball passing central midfielders
Yeah.
that support Daniel Johnson playing a camp.
Yeah.
I just have
Same
to
thing. Same thing with Russell, you know, because Russell don't really play CDM per se, you know.
no. His best games were playing alongside Lewis O'Brien,
Yeah.
who I think has moved on to Nottingham Forest. I'm going to double check that one just to get it correct. But Lewis O'Brien was an outstanding championship player who was coming to the Premier League. But so that's a central midfield. Who was the third midfielder?
No, they were only, because remember there are two CDM and two wide players, which is Bobby Reed and Jamal Lowe.
Yeah, man. So Jamal Lowe first.
Yeah, let's go Jamal Lowe.
Jamal playing up front?
No.
Was Liam Bailey not playing as a wide midfielder? That's I got.
So that's why I said Bobby Reed, Jamal Lowe. Liam Bailey was playing higher up, almost playing like behind Bowser. That is why every time Bowser headed on the ball, it was really Liam Bailey going into the open space.
Jamal Lowe, I gave him a 4.
Really?
I thought he had, for me, his worst game in a Jamaican shirt, because he's normally more clinical when he's given chances. He had an opportunity to put us 2-0 ahead that would have changed the entire complexion of the match, because I believe Mexico would have had to throw caution to the wind, and then we'd have punished them more on the counter-attack. Now that you have told me that he was playing wide on the on the left, it would make sense, because Jamal Lowe best games for his clubs at Swansea, even now at QPR, is as the centre forward number 9. So another player playing out of position who's trying a shift, but he got a couple of half chances and he got a clear-cut chance. And at this international level, I have to judge you by your chance. The reason why I gave him a 4 and not any lower is because I saw him doing a bit of defensive work, helping out in defense when we needed an extra man and an extra person body in there. I saw that. And I know that Coach Hallgrimson likes, he said he likes people who are hardworking, players who are hardworking. I remember that given to me. So that's my assessment, 4.5.
All right, so let's go to Chemo. Marlon, let's go ahead. Chemo.
I'll give him a.
You're freezing up, Chemo. All right, we're hearing you now. Go ahead. Let's see.
I'll give him a 5. Yeah, because he was out of the game for most part of it up until he got the chance in the first half, where I think Bailey should have taken the shot, but that ball went behind him and bubbled on his foot. Maybe if he toe poked that ball in the back of the net, it would prove indifferent for us in the game. As Ketarak said, Mexico would have to throw caution to the wind, knowing that they are 2-0 up in the first half, early in the game.
2-0 down. Mexico would be 2-0
down. Yeah, 2-0 down. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah, man. All right, Marlon, what say you? Jamal Lowe.
I give him 5.5 to 6. You see where he and Boza interchange, right? Some of the time Boza was out wide. He was the one who was going to that number 9 position. He was there with Bell in the first half, defensive part. So not the top performance you're looking for him, but was workman-like. So 6.
Yeah. Like I said from last night, I don't see where he missed the chance, because that ball. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna blame him. Say the ball Bailey was passing the ball to Boza. if it was a better pass into Daniel Johnson, if it was a better pass, if Bailey had look up and look to make that pass in the box, he just play the ball in the box, the ball ricochet off the defender, came back too low, right? Pass the left foot, go to the right foot. So I'm not really gonna blame and say yes. As a striker, you have to always be on the lookout. So it's on a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, so I can't blame him for that. I agree with you. Listen, to me, and maybe I see it, I think defensively, he made Amari Bell solid over that side. Mexico, Mexico had no squares or created no opportunities coming from Jamaica's left, which is their right in the first half. That to me is not just the left back, but the person who was playing in front of him. That goal that Jamaica scored, the first goal, Jamal Lowe was a part of it when that ball came out. That's how Daniel Johnson got that shot. So with that, I have to give him a 6. I would even go 6.5. But I'm going to give him a 6 because he was in and out of the game. But I thought he did a player who predominantly attacks at his club. He was good defensive cover on that side of the field and created an assist. So that's what I did. And he was the one who had Bobby Reed to get the shot.
I would want to admit that we're all human. It really slipped me that he had the assist. I didn't know if that was confirmed.
Yeah.
And if he did, I'd have to give him a 5.5. I'd have to up him a point for the assist.
Okay.
But we're all human. It wasn't mentioned at the time in the game. And when I had seen it and checked the stats, I didn't see him credited with the assist. So congratulations on your assist, Jamal Lowe. Yeah. So I'll to err is you.
Yeah. Kimo, you back now?
Yes, I'm back.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So you did Jamal Lowe already?
Yes, I did.
We didn't hear you. Just go ahead again. Go ahead and just tell us.
Okay, so as I said, it was in and out of it for most part, So I gave him a 6. I heard you guys said he had an assist. I didn't realize that. I thought it was based when Bowser went up for the header. Isn't it so? Bowser went up for the header.
After the ball was headed, he passed the ball.
Yeah, man, he had the last one before.
Yeah, he had the last touch of it. Yeah.
I'll still stick with my 6 because I said he was in and out of.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Bobby Reed, the man with the beauty.
The bomber.
Yeah,
played all 90.
You shut people up. Bobby Reed showed us why he's a Premier League player. But I would say to Bobby, he did it in the Gold Cup in his very first game. Seemed to have recovered now from COVID, and the effects of COVID-19.
This man
but Bobby, it happened in the game when he scored that won the goal, which was I think the goal of the tournament of the Gold Cup. That you don't do it again. And for me, when you do that, it's always better to get out forward. I mean, you come back on the stage. That's how the Jamaican people do it. Bobby, with me, we need 2 goals from him in a one match. We can't just there celebrate the big wonder strike. But what a wonderful strike. Perfect technique, perfect execution. A player developed properly at an elite academy. He didn't come up the ranks from non-league football, properly academy developed player. Bristol, I think is where he's from. You know what I mean? Really, really a beauty to watch, and really equaled Michael Antonio's goals in the World Cup in Central America. So Central America, we're not afraid around here. There was a time when we would be scared.
World Cup
campaign qualifiers. We were afraid to go, but I'm surprised that for past the 6 you wouldn't see I'm speaking it into being.
No. What I'm saying is that I know the people like rush when they make a mistake, so I'm trying to save you.
Okay, World Cup campaign qualifiers, the last World Cup. So really now what we have shown now is that we are not afraid to go to Central America and score. And with Boza's won the goal against Mexico in that game, and this one, we're not afraid to come and light up the Azteca. Walter Boyd, your memory lives on, sir. Maybe Cartel will sing a song about you, Dexter Daps, about when you beep beep up the Azteca. But he played throughout the game, really was trying, and we see what a Premier League level player brings to a team. And this is what players have been asking for Bobby for the longest while. Keep it up, bring that form into the Gold Cup, do well for Fulham, hope you qualify for Europe, and come and do great things in the Gold Cup. Caps off to you, sir. And also a big up, but I haven't given you a score yet. My score for Bobby Reid
Hey, Cataract.
a 9.
All right. So after this 9, you give Bobby Reid. All right. So after this, we have to go real fast. You understand me? Chemo, Bobby Reid.
Okay, it's not the first time we see Bobby Reid scoring spectacular goals like that. But our thing is we she can be more consistent, and for the goal and for him playing 90 minutes, I'll give him an 8.
All right. Marlon.
Yeah, man. Gotta go a bit more on Chemo, 8.5. He was the one who had the corner that Low had the header from Pinock, had the finishing touch by pushing Alvarez. Right, the celebration of a Pinock where he was marking Alvarez. Both of them were tussling from about a couple of minutes before that goal. So had a good game, right? Playing in that attacking role. So 8.5.
Yeah. All right. Here's my thing now. I have to give Bobby Reid the same ratings I give Ethan Pinock because Bobby Reid was involved in both goals. All right. So I can't give Ethan Pinock 9 and give Bobby Reid less because I give Bobby Reid the man of the match because he had 2 goal scoring contribution. So I can't give him a 9 and then give him my next man 8.5 and make the 8.5 man the man of the match. So Bobby Reid and Ethan Pinock for me have the same score 9. But I give Bobby Reid the man of the match because he had 2 goals contribution in his score of 9 out of 10. So that is how I break it down.
Collins, remember that Pinock had 2 outstanding blacks on.
Yeah, but
so those are very effective to the game as well.
yeah, but Low had 2 outstanding blocks as well. so there you go. But I look at the goal because remember, to me, the goal contribution put us up.
Yeah, I know that.
And so that is all. But I can see that. But so you have Pinock as a man of the match?
Bobby, the goal.
But how you have Bobby as the man of the match and give Pinock more than him?
Come on, Pinock, I give Pinock 8.5.
And you give Bobby how much?
8.5.
Then me, you know, same thing. We just give. We do the same thing. 9-9.
That will move fast.
Remember, it's a drawing game and a win, so we can't give the 9 and let you know. So we assess it.
Okay. So you can't give. All right, I understand that. All right, so listen. All right, I know that 2 persons, I think, Be a Blessing was calling, but let's run through the Bowser and
we have some things to look at. Yeah, Lembeki say Bowser, solid 8. Played the target man role. I have on my phone. I noted that at minute number. Hold on. I soon telling about bro. Give me 1 second. 8 he played. He knocked down balls well, and really he was working. He didn't struggle with possession. Play the target man role, but at 79th minute he was expressing some frustrations with Bobby Reid about the passing in the game when that was when Lowe was injured. But on the 78th minute, the commentator said, or 77 minutes and 55 seconds, Nicholson needs congratulations for his intensity and play as a target man. He played intense from the whistle started until the whistle ended. Big up.
Yeah.
Bowser.
All right. Wonderful. All right. Let's go through quickly. Bam. Chemo.
Well, I like Bowser energy from the start, from the get go, and he also played a part in the goal as well. In the first goal, most likely. So I'll give him an 8. One of the best games I've seen him play, where energy is concerned, and he was all over the park.
Yeah. All right. Marlon.
Yeah, man, 7.5. The only fault I have with him, did a couple of times he got in the 18-yard box. When, as a striker, you need to be selfish. He went wide, try to in the game, but he had a header as a baller cry. He had a buck. that much pass. 7.5 game for him, and I think he's one of those players that blossom in the Azteca. Second game there, and I think for the longest while those are probably two of his best games he had for Jamaica.
All right. Wonderful. All right. I give him an 8. I thought he was just as good as Low. And I gave Low that score, so I give him an 8 as well. All right. So here's what Leon Bailey, the final person in the starting 11, and then I just call the 2 person, and then we do the bench, and then the show close up.
Remember we have Lemby Creasy and John
That's
Russell,
a bench.
and
Yeah,
I
man,
have to
that's
make a mea
no, man.
culpa.
No, man, that's a bench. So I need to just call back the 2 persons quickly because we have like 90 minutes to close out. Leon Bailey.
The other man them go first, because I have too much controversy here, so.
Leon Bailey, I thought whatever I give Javian Brown, I'm going to give Leon Bailey 4. I give Javian Brown a 4, I give Leon Bailey a 4. Ineffective, I think, except for that one time when he came back and defensively and made a tackle. I thought he was ineffective. He got a couple of openings. I remember one occasion he had a ball that he had to pass through to Shamar Nicholson. It was like a 2v2, and he made a bad pass. That ball that he played across to where Ketarok was saying that Low had a chance. I thought the pass was not played properly. I want my top player to go across the goal because the Mexican had a couple like those and they hit it across the goal. It went wide, and that is what I want to see from Leon Bailey. I know it was on his right foot, but to me, if he had gone to the goal and it just crept into the arms of the goalkeeper, I would be okay. You're not having the best idea. You get a shot, take it, and whatever happens. All right, so. So yeah, I'm going to go 4 for him.
Same man is man 4.5. Decision making was very, very poor. I can still remember those as I talk about the passes that they didn't come off with, and the ball that John Russell passed him as well. So the decision making was very poor. Those step over when you don't need to take the extra touch, he took it, and I think I really brought. The only thing I can probably say out there that you can remember, I think he had across the Shamar Nicholson in the second half. That might be the highlight, but you always remember those quick breakaway that he had and didn't make use of it. So 4.5.
Yeah. Chemo. You're muted, Chemo.
He didn't stamp any authority on the game whatsoever. Decision making was poor. We're yet to see the Leon Bailey that we are all looking for, that we would see in the Premier League. So I'll give him a 4. Not much. We could go on and on where Leon perform is concerned.
Okay, Cataract.
I'm going to start by adding up quickly, and then we're going to use about 30 seconds to just give you a sequence of plays. Leon Bailey 1 for standing up straight during the national anthem. Leon Bailey 2 for running from when the whistle blowed, and that's where it ends. This was a nightmare of a game. A player of whom much is given, much is expected. He's a 30 million pound baller, and he looked like a 3 pound baller or a free transfer player, and that don't make it. And I don't care which fanboy I want vex, cut and clip this. There's no excusing what we saw. Not only did he play badly,
he made other players who were playing frustrated. And Boza was one of them. And I think Bobby Reed was another. That his consistently bad plays started to tell on those players. And had he stepped up to the game, I think we would have gone to bigger heights. We are still trying to figure out that chance that he missed. He lost possession of the ball. He kept running with the ball needlessly and just basically running until he gets dispossessed. And he has been doing this now for a number of games. Unfortunately, this one is where it counted and he didn't understand it. Manning's up big from the minute 70, right? I counted minute 70. Leon Bailey Russell made a strong arm and then sent the ball on. Leon Bailey didn't make anything of it. 72. Bad pass when Nicholson made a perfectly timed run. Nicholson upset. The commentator spoke about it. 74th minute, Leon Bailey missed control after he was released by Dexter Lembekisi. It went out for a throw, and that mistake could have cost Jamaica the game because Mexico then, 20 seconds later, hit the bar. Right? 77th minute, he lost the ball, and that led to a long-range shot by Luis Chavez. Right? And it went on and on and on. Big game players show up in big game moments, sir, and you need to do something. You have not produced, you have not lived up to the hype, and no amount of Craig Buckler hyping can come bring this. And you know what's going to be the wickedest thing? Your owner protege are going to name your food like how Lembekis in name Javian Brown food. Whisper is coming to take your place. So you better step up, bro. It's
All right.
not.
All right. So that's the entire starting 11 player rating. Mr. Rudolph Speed has belatedly joined us. He has just mended his wounds after the Harbour View defeated his team last night. If you notice that he's wearing black, he's in deep mourning.
No, my
Cavaliers dead like a doornail. But before we get to him, I'm going to call. I think this is Be a Blessing because Be a Blessing has been trying to get through. So let's see if we can get through to him. Let him share his
While
thought.
the phone ringing, I need to give
Hold on,
John
the man is on the line. The man is on the line. Yeah. Caller, welcome to the show. Yeah, man, you have 3 minutes. Yeah, I want to make sure I call you back so you can have a time. Go ahead, and then we're going to hear from Mr. Speed.
Respect for that. Big up the panelists. So I watched the game last night. Very good game. Like I heard people criticizing about long ball and everything. Football is dynamic. Sometimes you have to go long. And I guess probably because of the game, we're probably marking the coach to say he's a long ball coach. But going to the Azteca, 2-2 draw, not bad. You see, the Anthony Grant situation kind of shows up. I think from Cargill to Grant. I think that's to me, in my opinion, that's it. The last time I've seen two coaches that work within that. Daniel and the guy. So it's we should have won.
Caller, you're breaking up badly. I don't know where you are. We're not hearing you clearly.
We haven't heard anything.
I call it.
Yeah, man. Call back. All right. Mr. Speed, I know you have been listening. I mean, welcome to the show. You don't have to tell us about last night. We are okay. Talk to us about the Jamaica game. I mean, what are your takes on the game? I mean, first time Jamaica scoring 2 goals.
Oh,
In the
definitely.
Azteca game.
Oh, definitely. 2 goals is refreshing, and one of the we have to keep things into perspective though. Mexico didn't mind drawing the game. If they had to win, then they probably would be pressuring us a little bit more to try and get away. But they didn't. I don't think they mind drawing the game. So we have to think about that. But when you look at the game tactically, which I can't grade the players, right? I won't do that. When you look at the game tactically though, some of the time you have to take what you get. I think Mexico was pressing. When you look at the people who would have to beat the press from around the back of our team, I wouldn't have had a lot of comfort that those people could beat a high intensity pressing team that can set pressing traps. So maybe the most practical thing to do was to try and play it into a person who can hold the ball, a big strong center forward, and better than try to keep it at the back. Then you rob it from us and we lose the game. So I hear the long ball argument, but long ball is also a tactic. Some people use it to tell an effect, depending on the quality that you have in your team. Sometimes you just have to use it if that's the best available method that you have based on what you have. So you have to take everything into consideration when you decide how to play. I mean, if somebody tried to retain the ball at the back and somebody take it away from them and score against Jamaica, we would also kick it long, right? So we have to be practical, and I thought that was what the team did. When they could hold it, they hold it. When they thought it was too risky, they didn't bother to hold it. They played long. So I am neither very elated or upset about the tactics that they employed.
All right. So let me call about this one caller, and then we. Keter,
Well,
you were going to say something.
because before, I want to say, because I am brutal at times, Mr. Speed, I have to give you
Hold
commendations
on,
for the
caller.
selection.
Hold on, caller. Go ahead, Keter.
I have to give Mr. Speed and his committee commendations for the identification and selection of Coach Halgrimson. As I said before earlier on, I wasn't sure you might have been hearing that the coach demonstrated to us what a pro-licensed coach. Well, we've had a couple before, but a pro-licensed coach in this era brings towards a team. And so as the person who headed that selection, I must give you full credit, because when it's time to beat, I do beat. And I know one time you had to eat humble pie from my serving. So I do have to eat humble pie. But it was a very good worldwide search for a coach, because coaches are not like Jamaican players where I can tell you the 30 players who play in the Premier League who are eligible for Jamaica. It's a worldwide thing. So having done a worldwide search, I really think you came up trumps and the selection panel with a person who culturally fit Jamaica, tactically fits Jamaica, and both on and off the pitch. His professionalism and how he deals with the public and his tactics of taking the team out in Montego Bay, bringing in the thing, excellent. Just please whisper to Earl Bailey to allow the man make him talk and answer.
You always have to bring up something controversial, brother. You can't just talk and leave it. Anyways, caller. Mr. Speed, still come back here. Yeah, man. Caller, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon. Big up yourself, man.
Every time, man.
Big up that Speed, same time, Marlon and Timo and the Ultra. Yeah. I feel well. It was for me, my little cent on the game. I feel happy in myself and I pleased what the guys are able to do, because no fans or people never expect you to do so well. So I'm really pleased and happy. Still enjoying it from last night. And yeah, the players them really do a good job. X out 1 and 2 person, but end of the day, I still Jamaica we say. You see me? And Cataract. Yeah, but Cataract need to apologize to the fans. And leader, you need to get the leader and the show to apologize. Pertaining to the young man, the young tall guy, Russell say, they didn't give that guy a good recommendation, and I think they need to apologize on the show, because the young man
Cataract
is really.
hold on, caller. Cataract is wagging his finger saying no, but I'm going to let you finish.
Yes.
And then you need to tell me what they need to apologize for, because I had leader on and leader said he said nothing wrong or bad about the player. But finish up your point.
I want to get a money. Be sure don't miss me enough. You understand? So the leader was on the show and he was talking about the guy. He was like, feel look a style and when go and like, certain on him and whatever. Only one person I really hear give the guy and talk about the guy, and that person who talk proper about the guy and the guy prove himself is the next guy on the show here, Marlon.
Yeah.
You understand? And the guy is a pretty decent player. So Cataract need to apologize and leader need to apologize. And that's my 2 cents. And big up yourself, man, and keep doing the good work.
All right, caller. So we're gonna listen out to see if Cataract will apologize. Big up every time.
I'm not certain. I'm both on your program and on Coaches Desi's program. When I was badgered, I said the jury is out on John Russell, and I am willing to see him put on a Jamaican jersey. And I was asked 10 times if I rate the player. And I said, I'm not going to answer that. The jury is out. I pointed out that John Russell had 2 exceptional games in the championship playoffs against Luton. So I don't know where nobody can hear no critique of John Russell out of my mouth. Go back and watch the video that I did on CDMs where he was mentioned as a younger player who was playing well in the championship. And I also pointed out that he looked well because he was playing alongside Lewis O'Brien. So don't mix me in the leaders thing. Don't mix me. Allow me though, man, to take this opportunity to rate John Russell's performance. I think in terms of his performance, it was a 8 out of 10 for me. But it's a big difference for a CDM coming on to lock up a game at the 80th minute than one who is starting. So I don't want nobody to get ahead of themselves. I believe, as I said before on last night when we were talking, Manins, that John Russell deserves a starting berth, and I am anxious to see him play from the opening whistle and see how he exerts himself in a Jamaican jersey. I'm a straightforward talker. I'm going to talk with
All right.
water.
All right. So 8 out of 10. We have a caller. I think this is Be a Blessing. This is you.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All right. So
Yes,
yeah, man.
man,
You call back. So go ahead and make your point. You have around 3 minutes to do that. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I want to big up Mr. Steve and the GFF, Mr. Chung, for the transparency. They've been coming on the YouTube programs quite a bit, and I think, it sort of encourage all the fans, to be interested in what's going on, and I'm sure the criticism, I haven't been hearing the criticism. So big up Mr. Steve. All right. About the game, I just want to talk overall about the team. Whenever we play Mexico, something I noticed, we don't have that forward running. The Mexican defenders will get the ball, and they would carry ball sometimes as far as to the half line before we start attacking them. We tend to be dressed in, not pushing a foot. We tend to be backing up. I just want to make some observation. I hope the coach noticed that, and this is something that we got to do. And another thing, we don't seem to be pressing. When they have the ball, as soon as they get the ball, just run at them. Soccer is playing very fast nowadays. When you watch the Premier League, is that you don't get any time on the ball. We don't seem to do that, and conversely, when we get the ball, Mexico is on us in a split second. We don't even get a time to really, get into position and get into shape and pass the ball properly. That's my observation. I just want to put that out there.
So, Carla, before you go, I just wanted to say that if you watch Morocco in the World Cup, even if Morocco make a foray into the opposition's half, and the opposition get the ball, nobody high press. They all fall back in their half, and they are a semi-finalist. So the truth is, it depends on the tactic that the coach employs. So you couldn't criticize unless you know what the tactics is. But it could be that was the plan, to drop back in their own half, defend in your own half, and because the Mexican, you have footer speed over the Mexican, you are open to catch them on the break when they press up too high. So you'll have to find out really what the coach's idea was before you could say it's a problem, because it could be deliberate. Not remember when we got to also when we went to Catalonia, and I think when we went to Peru, the coach decided that he was going to press high. The Spaniards just play beyond the press and we get 2-6 love. So you have to be careful what we can do good from what we can do good. If you was coaching a team and you didn't have enough time, it's not just pressing, you have to set a pressing trap. So when you press, you
Right.
know who's going to be the second press. So if you can't do it good, don't try and play it in this modern game. They will play through the press and kill you. So you can't be just saying that unless you know what the plan was.
Right. But I also noticed when Mexico pin us in our third, it seems like it's very hard for us to defend against them, or hard for us to get out of that. And this is where we tend to make mistake. So I'm just saying, even though we don't really press at the time when their defenders are on the ball, our midfielder should really try to keep them from really coming that advance into our defensive third. And not just this coach, the tactic that this coach applied for this game. But since I've been watching Mexico, that has always been the case. We always back up when they have the ball and wait until they get to our third, which I'm not sure. But to me, Mexico, this is one of the reasons why we become so very vulnerable when Mexico have the ball, because we tend to just back up. Something I noticed, like you said, Mrs. Steve, maybe it's the coach, maybe that's his plan. Maybe he's waiting for the counter and everything. But going forward, I'm going to be watching, and I
So,
hope that
Carla,
we'll
I
have,
want to tell you something again. In this World Cup
yeah,
that just passed by, this World
yeah,
Cup among top rated countries,
yeah.
Mexico pass, possession rate was 9% higher than what they did in the last World Cup. What that tells you, that they are better at keeping possession than they were 4 years ago. That's what it tells you. They are doing it against world rated opponents. So if you study Mexico as a coach, you realize they are better at keeping the ball now than even 4 years
Right.
ago. 9% improvement, I'm telling you, 9%. That's a lot in football.
Yeah.
So are you going to try
Okay.
and get it when you can't get it? Or you're going to block up the spaces and play without the ball till you get it? So you have to take
Okay.
those tactics into consideration. But instead of just saying we're going to press for the ball, you're going to press with something you can't get because they are so good at
Okay.
keeping the ball. So that could be a tactics again by the coach because he knows these stats that I'm telling you. The game is not
All right.
so black and white anymore. They dig deep for everything that they do. There's a
Yeah.
reason for everything.
Yeah.
A man is man. Does
Okay.
the
And that's
caller
fair.
understand
That's
how
the fair observation.
All right. All
do you
right, caller.
understand
That's
how
a fair
big the
observation. But I
football
also
field
want to make this point that not just Mexico, when we play against team in Central America, when I against the Costa Ricans, against the El Salvadorians, and even Honduras, we tend not to possess the ball that well. We tend to, our passing ratio is, I'm sure, lower than those teams. And I hope the coach will look at it. And I think we can do better. If we decide to pass the ball, I think we can do better. So I hope the coach will look at that part of our game and try to improve it. I understand that.
Remember again where the match was,
There.
in the
Hey,
Azteca, 10,000 feet up in the air. We are
all
going to
right.
press with on wobbling knees after 20 minutes. Can't continue. You have to take all those things.
All right, caller.
and
Listen.
not only
Listen.
that, Mr.
All
Speed,
right. All right,
Manning,
caller. Cat, just
Manning,
hold on. No,
the
let me
size of the
please,
football pitch.
Cataract. Let me finish with the caller because right, caller. Listen, thanks for the call. Appreciate
Okay.
your point of view. So if you can just listen, Cataract is going to respond. All right.
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
man. Thanks for calling
And
in.
I'll just listen for now. You can go on to the next person.
Yeah,
Okay?
man. Thank you so much. All
All
right.
right. Big up. That's
Thank
All
you,
right. Go
caller.
ahead now, Cataract.
What you're going to cause a little historic moment. I'm going to have to support Mr. Speed 100% and add to it. That Mr. Speed, can you confirm that the Azteca, along with the Maracana and the Bernabeu, are the widest end of the spectrum that you can have for a football field, both lengthwise and widthwise?
Yes.
And so you would be opened up and carved up like Thanksgiving turkey. you know, you would want to see that massacre. They weren't there at the 6-1, Mr. Speed. They were not there. It's not a pretty thing. And then when the Mexicans get going, the crowd get going, they don't stop. So the tactic, as Mr. Speed pointed out, was 100% correct. They have evolved their game from those days now. And I think it's in that light that I think that the performance I am elated about. I know Mr. Speed has to be balanced, etc., etc., but it was a delight of a performance to see, um, and we got it spot on. And but for our
two most experienced not, players playing at Premier League, belong to Premier League clubs. If Leon Bailey and had stepped up and put away even one of those one-on-one chances, and if I spoke yesterday about, look here, whoever gave Ochoa one gathering that made him save that point blank save from oh Lord, Corey Burke with his stutter some part of him toe. That is fine margin. In international football is fine margins.
All right,
But I
so
don't hear the other man them assessment of
all
John
right, so
Russell.
so,
If
so
they have a
listen now.
big
So let me just go through this because we've gone over 3 hours, so we have 15 minutes and I have to wrap up. All right, so let me just call out the substitute and you give me your ratings, except with Mr. Speed who cannot rate the players, right? So unseen, Cataract gave John Russell 8 out of 10 for 20 minutes or so. What is your ratings unseen? Go quickly, John Russell. You're muted.
John
Yeah,
Russell. I give him a 7.
7. All right, Marlon, John Russell.
7. He was a present on the field. Football intelligence again, IQ came on and really stabilized the midfield. So 7.
7.
23
What
minutes.
about? All right, wonderful. What about you, Kimo?
I'll give him a 7 for the couple of minutes that he has been on the field for show glimpse of brilliance, and I think he has a smart way about how he go by doing things. When he went in a tight position with two players and then he get away from them and pass the ball. So
All
I'll
right,
give him a 7. But
7
there's
seem
more
like
to his game.
yeah, 7 seem like the score. All right, let's go again. Lembikisa, starting with you, Kimo. Go.
Oh, Lembakisa, yeah, another one of those substitute. I'll give him a 7.5 because he
Okay.
came on the field and adapt to whatever the coach told him to do. So I'll give him a 7.5.
All right, wonderful. Marlon, Lembikisa.
Dexter, was my boy, man, it's 7.
Yeah, 7.
For him to come in and making his debut in the Azteca, 19-year-old, going up against a world-class top winger, Chucky Lozano, and he went and made Chucky have to, instead of trying to cut in or cut out, he have to turn back the ball. So, outstanding performance for him, and just looking for him to improve on this performance going forward.
All right, unseen, Dexter.
8. One shoulder Javian Brown over the way.
All right, Cataract, Dexter.
Interpol has a search warrant out for him. The customs might be searching his pocket for Chucky Lozano, human trafficking.
Cataract, God have mercy, give me the
Chucky Lozano in his pocket.
ratings, man.
All with him left this up. 7.5 for the young man. 7.5. Did what the coach asked and played the instructions. Excellent for a young man. Coach Fuzzy, you have some questions to answer.
Cataract, man. What wrong with it? Cataract, just stick to the thing, cause you see, sir, yeah, make some of the time where we have. All right, next we go to Corey Burke, Cataract. Corey Burke, Cataract.
Corey Burke, 7 was on for a shorter time, so not able to think. But in that short time, he carved out an opportunity, got his shot on goal. But for those little Mexican voodoo dolls that them have light up candle and them something there.
You want Kyle
Get
his
you. Virgin Mary, lots of Catholics, yeah.
Just brother, load everything. All right, Kimo. Corey Burke,
I'll give Corey a 6.
6. All right,
I'll
Marlon.
give Corey Burke a 6.
6. Marlon, Corey Burke.
Yeah.
7 minutes of cameo, 6. He can't get more than that for me. I'll intend score, I say 6.
All right, unseen.
5.
Oh, sorry. 5. Sorry, go ahead. Marlon, you were going to say something else. Go ahead.
I said it was a cameo, so I can't really give him the 7. But he was impactful coming off the bench for the 7 minutes he was on the field.
All right, Marlon, with unseen said 5. Marlon, with you. Taxi.
Yeah. 6.5. Man in the middle. right? He came on and it was more a defensive stability in the midfield. When he came on, Amari Bell had more freedom to go forward. Because Taxi dropped back in that pocket.
True.
Sturdy performance of him again.
All right. Unseen.
6.5.
6.5. Cataract. Taxi.
7. I am bearing in mind his age as well, but also I want to bear in mind history. We have had a history of when we go to Mexico, giving away very late goals, and that's why all the substitutes who came on and held it together to give us a positive result, I have to give them some additional credit for that, because I have witnessed us break down in the 80th, 85th, 89th minute over the years against Mexico and giving in late goals. So play to the coach's instruction, allow the Maribel to be more free up the park. 7 out of 10 to the veteran. Taxi. You get back your red plate, sir.
All right. You went already, Chemo? Chemo? Taxi? All right. Finally.
6.
Oh, 6. Okay. And finally, Mariappa came on for low, close to the end of the game. Is it fair to rate him, although he gave away a ball, but not a lot to do? So standard 5. No, standard 5 for Mariappa because it was the end of the game. You know when players come on so late, it's hard to rate them.
4.
No, you have to give him standard 5. It wasn't enough time to judge him still, man. Come on.
I've seen they have a thing called NA, not able to assess. Not
Right.
sufficient time to
That's
assess.
even better. All right, Mr. Speed, let me get to you now because, all right, so now that is thanks Cataract. I mean, good player rate, I think is average. I mean, let's go to the let's go coach. Let's give what is it the coach's rating? Cataract.
10. Oh,
10.
10 on the day. On the day. On the day. On the day. 10 out of 10. But I have to bear in, let me tell you what I bear in mind. I think he did
You
not.
need to, Cataract, a beer in mind, you have beer, everything you have got alcohol, man.
Let me finish the beer in mind. I mean, I've done already. He had some late withdrawals in terms of Connor Boyce Clark and Omari Hutchinson not taking up. And I think particularly Omari Hutchinson would have factored into his attacking plan to win the game against Mexico. So I give him that. I still think would have then, if it's overall, I would take off a point because I believe that Dujan Richards should have been included in this squad, certainly over Trevante Stewart, and maybe, just maybe, the young man would have gone into folklore if he had one of those half chances. Would have been more direct at the Mexicans who were vulnerable.
All right.
Big up Grim, big up Mr. Speed for his hiring.
All right. Go ahead, Chemo. Coach, what is your rating for the coach?
Well, I'll give the coach a 10. I've been watching the Reggae Boys for quite some time, and the different coaches that were at the helm, and for his execution and in the short space of time and the plan, he did his research well. We could have gotten a win, but it was a good performance. So I'll give him a 10.
10. All right. Unseen, what are you rating for the coach?
7.5.
All right. Any particular reasons, or are you just leaving it at that?
Yeah, man, you could have mixed it up,
So
man.
like,
One for a long ball business, bro. A long pass. Can't manage it.
All right.
Like
All right,
man.
man. All right, man, with the license. All right.
Like a test match, right? Like, like that's 2020, sorry. 2020. B6.
Mr. Speed, Unseen is making us question your licensing program, sir. Is there a revocation process?
Unseen. You remember the license go from, D, C, B, A, and Pro.
You really want to get
It depends on where you reach. It depends on where you reach.
All right, Marlon.
Yeah, 8.5. He did his homework. He was actually doing his homework from in the World Cup, right? He was in Qatar watching CONCACAF team, scouting the Mexican from there. And if you listen, even in the interview, what he said is the same, basically the same thing with exception of Hector Herrera not being there, who's retired. So basically, it's the same Mexican team that started in the World Cup that started last night. So he was doing his homework from there, and the players played to the instruction. Unseen the long ball were effective enough, because guess what? The Mexicans are pressing, so you play the ball long, because what they're trying to play a high line, right? They're trying to play a high back line. So when you can hit them on the counter, hit the long ball. If you're hitting the long ball and it's not being effective, well, it's a different thing. But it was being effective last night. Barbosa was winning them.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. Speed, it is your time. All right, go ahead, Anthony.
I Speed, I try to impress him because I Cavaliers start playing. One bag of impressive.
Who are trying to impress Speed? Who?
Him must Speed him tell that.
Who? Him
one
who?
One bag of long ball thing Jamaican football gone to.
And anyway, moving right along, and see. All right, so here we go. So, Mr. Speed, you're on the seat now. Let me just ask you this question. So, I'm going to ask each of the panel to kind of ask you a question, because we were supposed to end at 3:20, but I'm just going to go up to 3:30, 3 hours and 30 minutes, which is 14 minutes more to go. So, one of the questions persons ask is why the names of the players are not on the jerseys, while Mexico has the player name on their jerseys.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, you can't say that. All right.
One of the things with Jamaican, though, which is not just start here, unlike some teams, and I always ask why, and I don't get a good answer. A lot of teams, whenever there's a player, once a player is established as a starting player, they are assigned a jersey, and nobody use that jersey. So it's easier to put the name of the player on the jersey if you did that. But if you notice in Jamaica, sometimes somebody's not 10, and the next person not 10, and somebody's not 10. And I think that's what causing the confusion. But I think eventually the coaches have to work out who is their number 110 and who is their number one whatever, and give those players the preferential numbers, and then the rest of players different numbers if them have to chop and change. So I think that is the reason. I mean, I inquired about it before because I don't like see it actually, but they haven't put any thought to it. So I'll go back again and talk to the coach and the manager and say why we don't start to do that, because say Bailey is a fan favorite, or Mikel Antonio in England. I'm sure one of their fans would buy a jersey if it have in their name. I'm sure there will be better sales if we start to establish who play what number. So yeah, I'll check on it.
All right. Any question for Mr. Speed Cataract? Giving you one question.
I'm not sure he's going to be able to answer because I don't want to put him on the spot. But I have a two-part question. First, Mr. Speed, in terms of fans, ultras being able to go to games and be able to purchase a seat on the charter flight to help cut the cost. Can you advocate for that in the future?
All right. So let me answer that one. So first of all, it's not a charter plane; it's a charter jet that holds 50 persons. So it's too intimate to put different persons on that jet. It's a jet that holds 50 persons that we take. So the contingent was 42 persons. So there was like just about 8 spaces leave. And based on, I mean, always a jet, we have to remember that a 50-seater jet, it's still congested, the seats close. It's not like a luxury jet. So we wouldn't want to put anybody on that flight that you don't know of their medical history, you don't know if they didn't run through the tests, that you don't know if they get shots or sort of thing, the black, what you call it, yellow fever shot and all those things. The process would have been just too cumbersome. So we prefer when we're traveling on a jet, and we started from the pandemic stage, we just have the people who are close to the team on the jet. I mean, if it was in the case where we used to charter a flight that can hold 300 persons, then that's a different thing. We could actually put people on a flight, put them to the front and ask people to stay at the back or whatever. But for a jet, no, we can't carry spectators on the jet. We thought about it and we think about it, but on the jet, no, it's a no.
The first part, I'd respectfully disagree with you because I know, like, for example, the other parish president who heads a delegation wouldn't I don't know if you have the entire medical record, but I hear what you say. No, yeah.
But imagine a spectator, even worse.
A spectator. If it is medical that we need, then we will go pay for medical them.
No, but it was only 8 spots,
Understand.
Really,
Understandable. I hope we get back to the days of the charter flight when 100 we can go over and really celebrate a great moment. But
I don't know if it's a good idea doing if we have players and spectators on the same flight. I think we should do 2 different flights. That's just me.
Okay. Well, more the merrier. But in particular, they I must put this down. I want to advocate and beg. I'm begging. Can we arrange for Coach Halgrimson to go to England to be able to see and eyeball the Premier League, PL2, and any other talents that he wishes to? Maybe not Crawley Town games, but any other talent, but really Premier League talent. And if it is,
I can answer you. He spoke to me about that. He's going to England in April, I think.
In April. And if it is that the fans we need to contribute to GoFundMe, we will be happy to help underwrite the cost of his stay, that he can really get there and we get what we need. Thank you very much.
So just to add to what you just said, he's going to be doing it in the USA. He's going to be engaging some of the old players that used to play for Jamaica, both in the UK and the USA. So that's something that is very on track already. But you might believe that he's on track. He's in train. So, but the other thing is that I know that they have identified 250 players of Jamaican descent all over the world. So they do have a database. A lot of people wouldn't have realized that a lot of young players you see playing now, very young age. So it's a long-term plan for us to do the same with more Jamaican players. So I mean, just in case, suppose they turn a superstar in 2-3 years, then we'll have them for the World Cup. So a lot of the results that you're seeing may not even be the best results, but the coach does have a long-term and a short-term plan. Yes, we have to get the points some of the time, but there's a short-term and a long-term plan in place to make sure that we don't miss any talent. If you notice what we're doing, we are even on lowers under 15. We just found a 13-year-old boy in USA that is a top talent. So we don't want to talk too much. Next thing, USA go for him, but it's something that we're committed to do. We're going to be going into England too, looking at talent with Jamaican players from a very young age. We have a talent identification program coming up. We're looking at them from 15, 16. So that's the plan that we have. We're not waiting until them get old to start the fight.
Yellow.
And I'm going to Thief Keyboard's question. Mr. Speed, are we, as an away team on the FIFA rules, supposed to, is it mandatory that we have a training, one training session at the venue prior to the game? And if so, did Mexico violate that? And can you tell us how so many Mexican fans got into the stadium when we were told that they should be serving a ban for homophobic chanting and have no fans in the stands?
I don't have any official on that yet, but yes, you're supposed to get one training session for 1 hour minimum duration on the venue that you go to play. That is I think it's
If I give it the 3 points, please put it on appeal so we can get the 3 points.
No, you can't get the points, so you have to actually win on the field. But they can fine them for things like that, but nothing else.
Yeah. Unseen, you have any questions?
No one is on.
Marlon?
Come on, so Speed, going forward for the Gold Cup, camps, mainly of the players are in the UK and Europe, right? Would it be easier to have a camp in Europe, especially England? Like, is a main hub for everybody to go there?
No, I think the best place to have a camp is USA still, because remember, coming from England to USA is much shorter than coming to Jamaica. You already have some players in the USA that play the trade in USA, and then you have the Jamaicans who just go to USA. So I think it's the cheapest option is to have a camp in USA than to go the other way.
Okay. So all right, heading into the Gold Cup, um, Carlington, we're gonna wrap up, so you have around a minute. The scene is no unsaid. So let me ask this question, right, Mr. Speed? No, the coach is from a Scandinavian nation, right? The Scandinavian nation has good contacts. Is it possible that there could be games arranged somewhere in Scandinavia where the players, maybe after the EPL break,
Oh,
can
fuck me.
coming into the Gold Cup can play, probably like a Finland, Iceland, because they are like neighboring nations, Sweden, um, or a Denmark, and then, you know, come over into the States for the Gold Cup. Is there any possibility, or could something be done in Jamaica or in the United States where those nations come over and play a tournament, so we can, one, look at players and generate income for the federation?
Even when we get a game in Europe, once we leave the Americas with a game is a loss making thing. You're just making a huge loss, and the loss just keep on piling up the further you go. So when you go like Africa and those places, just a loss. No matter, because Jamaica is not at the level yet to command exorbitant match fees. So everything we do, we have to deal with economics. Remember, so we have a deficit carrying from long time, so we have to deal with economics. So going to Scandinavia, I've been there. It's far and expensive, So and there's no player there. You have to carry all the players go there. So you do geography. You'd have to do a more, a spot that is more central to all the players that you have that then to play the games.
Man
And the
is
World Cup is
Mr.
in
Speed.
USA.
Was he suggesting that we play against Scandinavia or in Scandinavia, man?
I thought he said in.
No, what I thought was that
Scandinavia is not a team.
no man meaning
In
we play in
Yeah, yeah,
Iceland or we play against
yeah, we keep a tournament. They can come over to England, or they can come to
England. That's
Jamaica,
what
or
we
they
said.
can come to the USA. But I'm saying that maybe the Scandinavian country, we can probably use the coach ties. I don't think it will be difficult. You used to coach Iceland national team. They
No,
have Euros.
but man, getting game is not our problem, man. We can get games anywhere.
Also, we will get game before the Gold Cup, because the coach did say in one of his interviews that these two games, the semi-final and the final, would be good preparation going into the Gold Cup.
Right, so that is out the window. So we have to look at the preparation. Man is man. When we carry Trinidad come here, we make a loss. Anybody we carry come here, we make a loss. So if we carry two more teams, you can imagine the loss that we're going to
No,
make.
man, you bring
If we
Brazil and
carry
Argentina from
Argentina coming,
Jamaica,
you
man,
not
you
make
not
no
make no
loss.
loss, man. You
We
can't
make
make no
loss
loss.
Brazil
same way.
come here, you not make no loss.
You bring England come Jamaica, you know make no loss, man.
Of course,
You
because they
bring
want to
France
ask you a
come
big
Jamaica.
fee.
What you talk about? You bring yeah, bring France come Jamaica, man. You know make no loss, man. See
They
the
want to ask you
well,
appearance
ticket
fee,
sale. Let me say ticket sale.
500,000.
And see, are you alright? Because the people say you're up in your feelings. Me know you're not a feelings person, you know. You alright, sir?
I want
Me
to
a
the
deal
money,
with
how can I feel it? I
me a
want to
deal
the
with Mr. Speed and some serious
Are we,
question, man.
so we didn't talk about
I,
What talk about speed and see? No worry, don't stray too far.
huh?
I
Go
hear
on
you.
straight to the fire, man. Keep going with the compound track with it, so. That's straight to the
Mr. Speed, that is a rapid question, right? You're aware, and if you can share your thoughts, that in the last England under 21 game again on the weekend, that 10 of the players who played for England are all eligible to represent Jamaica. And are you up for the war with Gareth Southgate?
Well, um, he's pretty smart, but there's a limit to what he can keep. So yes, we are going to be trying to make sure all the players that is eligible to play for Jamaica, we get into contact with them somewhere. But I must tell you though that don't believe for 1 minute that all of those players want to play for Jamaica. They don't. And they tell us to when we talk to somebody. They tell us plain, listen, I don't know where Jamaica is. I've never been there. My grandfather might have come from Jamaica, but not even my father know where Jamaica is. They don't know. They identify themselves as some other nation. Some of them tell us plain up front, and some of them say we'll get back to you, and some of them interesting right away. Like a John Russell, I have a lot of time for him. He was interested the first time we met him. Him say yes, 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 and he's here. He didn't have his passport, and him say I'm applying for it. Eventually, him get it, and he's here. So, but some of them just tell you no right away. So let
And
us see.
and equally some tell you yes right away. So
Yeah,
people
some
don't
say
get
yes
too
right
right.
away. Some say no.
So it's a
So we
balance.
won't get the right. We won't get the 10 of them. I'm sure we won't get the 10 of them based on average, but as much as we can get, yeah, we have to take them.
And since we're asking question, could you comment on the 8 minutes of Mr. 8 minutes, aka Icon Tony?
Cataract. What you want to?
I
No,
say I want to hear Mr.
Cataract.
Speed's assessment.
Let me give Kimo a chance to ask a
Manning,
question.
I'll know I don't get asked my question.
Ask you one question because I'm going to end the show. Because people, let me tell you this: Mr. Speed, starting tomorrow, Mr. Speed will be on. Don't know what he'll be discussing, and when he does those things, he will have an hour of speed power. It's called, right? Hour of speed power. That's tomorrow, the new show beginning, right? Where he's going to come and talk, and then here's what's going to happen. You can now ask him these questions based on the topic that he's discussing. So tomorrow, it's called the hour of speed's power. Yeah. All right,
Everybody
keep
asking
up.
question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Mr. Speed, my question is, I'm really concerned about the nation building as it relates to JFF football, right? I mean, I've heard a lot of persons being happy about the interaction over social media the other day when the players are here in Mobi training. So hopefully we can see more of that whenever the team is here back. The full squad, whether it's gonna be in Kingdom, we have many sides to the player to go, and that actually helps to bring some of the UK-based players to draw closer to Jamaica when they see more of the culture than they're just being in a hotel, not knowing anything. And you said that the camp will take place at the Gold Cup in the USA.
There will be a camp, yes, at least 5 days.
I mean, we're gonna need because, like myself, I'm gonna talk for myself and others who are to see updates of videos.
Hey, Kimo, the best thing would I suggest you do buy a ticket,
Pictures
bro.
feel far away. Everybody else are like,
Hey, bro, would I say get a ticket now, man, and travel? That are the sweetest thing and watch some of the game, then, man.
yeah, but I'm talking for the person. Yeah, man. I'll be
Well,
there. I'm talking about some of the
well,
person who
someone
don't have
someone
the
told us that
attendance.
to say that they're giving us a proposal deal with to deal with what you're just suggesting. With on YouTube, we need to step up our YouTube offering at the JFF, so we're looking at that. So let's hope we'll get those things. Yeah. Oh, and the first part of your question is the coach from
Yeah, we
day
need
one.
like some of the players coming in, question and answer.
Yes. And from day one, that has been the coach. He has said that he wanted that additional interaction with the players and the people of the country. It's his idea. He also said that, he's very mindful that players need time off. So if you go in a camp for 8 days, he's mindful that you might forget them a day off so them can go around. And like one of the overseas players would work with one of the local players and go to places where people can meet them. So it's his idea, and it's a really good idea that he has. So you'll see a lot more of that.
All right, so that's it for the question and answer section with Mr. Speed. Now, again, we have gone past time. So, Mr. Speed, when you're finished, the show is done. All right,
Thank
so you get an opportunity to close the show, and the people can join you tomorrow you know,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
an
I just
hour of
wanted to
speed power.
say that
Go ahead.
that I just wanted to say that look here, all the people in the football world is a process. Our aim is to qualify for the 2026 World Cup, and but you have to build a structure. You have to build a squad. You have to build reserve players that you can draw on that have the same quality that when you want them to do the business. I mean, it takes about 35 really top players for the coach to have that knows what he wants to do to carry us to the World Cup. So we have 250 players now in our database, and we're going through them. Let me tell you some of the things that we're doing. There's no software that you can put in a player, tell what he has done for the last 5 years, and the software tell you what he's going to become in 5 years' time, or 2 years' time, or 3 years' time. So we have some of those software that we're working with. So all of these players that you see coming up, they are a part of that process. The stars of the World Cup, when you look last year, there was a lot of 23-year-old, 22-year-old, 21-year-old who was doing exceptionally well in the World Cup. If you can just check back, those player age is what now? Those player age now are 19 and 17 and 18. Those are the players that came to the last World Cup and make good on what they did. I mean, a lot of older players were there doing well too. So that is why you notice this proliferation of younger talent in the national team. So some of the results that you get now, you have to kind of take it with that, teaspoon of salt, because of course the coach could pick other players. So that is why when they pick a team and people are saying this one not here, this one not here, the coach has to look at everybody. Keep it into perspective though while looking at everybody. So that by the time the World Cup qualifiers come around next year, no? I think it's next year it starts. Late next year. Because I believe that they are going to stretch it out, not like in the pandemic where it was just condensed. I think they are going to stretch it out more, because countries complain that they don't make a lot of money when it condensed. When you're playing 3 matches in one window, they don't want that anymore. They want it to be only 2 matches. So what is going to happen? The World Cup qualifier going to start earlier than normal, and that means that we need 35 persons who understand what the coach wants to achieve. So we have to really be looking at everybody. So that is what is happening now. There's a process now that we have to go through to make sure that we have the right person. Everybody understand what the coach wants to achieve. Well, I'm not worried about this coach. He's very pragmatic, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to win. So some of the wins, you're not gonna like them, or some of the draws, but if that's what is needed, I think he's gonna take that. So that's where we are.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Speed, thank you. So people, listen, here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. So tomorrow you will hear all things speed and an hour of speed power. New program coming to I Am Sure Sports. We also have a big launch where we'll be working with the Reggae Boys Supporters Club to have a big launch of a sponsorship for coaches to do the B license, and then full payment, and then outside of that we'll be offering help and assistance with coaches to do other license part payments to help building the coaching structure here in Jamaica. We have up and coming artists. We have also this week some former players, youth players. They played under 17, under 20. They are in the States. Where are they now? What are they doing? We are going to have some of those programs this week. It was a wonderful, wonderful day. We have gone way past time. I want to say a big thank you to the oligarch, the ultra boss himself, Cataract, still trying to find a flight to go somewhere to watch the games. We hope that in short order, he can, muster up around 300 people so they can, pay and book a flight so they can travel
Or
outside.
buy my own private jet. But Mr. Speed, you're going to become one of the YouTube man them. And TV about TV they now go wire. Welcome to the family, sir. The hour of speed power.
Yes. Also, big up to Chemo, the man who controls the security around these sides. You understand me? Marlon, bless up, Whenever Marlon is in Jamaica, Marlon, stop go Mount Pleasant match, man. The man go Mount Pleasant match. First match, him man reach and go Mount Pleasant lose. Every time the man come from front and go Mount Pleasant match, them lose. Stop go the man the match, Marlon. Understand me? So every time they give the heap a free shirt, them at the gate, them lose too. Them stop to that, But big up.
The shirts like the fish.
Oh, you get another free one, them. Oh, yeah. You actually pay for it because you buy the ticket and you get the shirt. And the ticket you really pay for still, Got the shirt free. Yeah. Big up Unseen. Unseen the pay going on the match. You never get no shirt. You understand me?
I'm trying to give him one, but I tell him, say, I feel like
No, yeah, tell man. You don't buy no ticket, so you couldn't get no shirt.
No, man. No, I always have
I do jump fence.
Jump fence.
Everybody's VIP pass.
Nobody at Jackson likes the Unseen, brother. All the
Me the
police
pass.
I like what tell you.
Yeah, what? Big up to all the persons who were on earlier. Demo, bless up
That's
yourself.
speed.
Yep.
That's speed. I have a picture to
Yes,
send
sir.
the walk on more present. So
Send
Yeah.
him, man.
Yeah, man. And big up to all the persons in the comment section. Listen, we're going to be doing our JPL show as well. We haven't done that in quite a while, but it was a very very good show. As usual, we ask you to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and share the content with others. To all the moderators, Fresh God and the Works, bless up and big up on yourselves. You understand me? All the new subscribers to the platform who watch the show for the first time or you'll watch it on the replay, want to say a big thank you as well. Again, we have a platform where we expect people to share their views respectfully. We will not all have the same opinion, but we can still have respectful discourse and dialogue, and that is the important thing. All right. Big up to Brain Drain. Champs is coming up. We say Green Power, Calabar Power, Red Hills Road. That's where it will be heading this time around. No more North Street.
Calabar.
It's not North Street. It is No Street because it's coming to Red Hills Road. You understand me? So big up again, Mr. Speed. Thank you for always making yourself available to come on. All right. This is the day when the JFA people should come on, because the team did well. They would not get a lot of cussing. But you understand the market, so that's why you say send me the link, because when they lose, when the team lose, call me. You understand me? But now the team do well. Send me the link. You understand me? But big up to everyone. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sport, and as usual, when we get to this point of the show, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Orchard Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah. Someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.